Yes.
I'm just glad we're starting with
We're live.
positivity.
No!
No, we're starting with positivity. All right. Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you.
We all made it. It's been a
Survived.
long 2 weeks. I'm sorry for everyone who tried to watch back the last session and the microphone echo drove you as crazy as it drove me. I promise you it didn't, because I am still pissed about it.
We got that all figured out now.
We'll find out in 3.5 hours when I listen to this back.
You should fire the guy that set up the mics.
Too late. Too late. That guy's already long gone. Let's see. So what happened last time? I guess you guys
Most
went
of it was you
flying.
guys flying were.
We did things
We
that
jumped
had
off
no
the side
business
of
doing if we wanted to
Skyreach.
stay alive.
Yeah. So after I keep wanting to call the guy Shark, because in the last game there was a guy named Shark, and then I made this guy a shark-like guy.
Right.
So yeah. So you guys met with Oren, and he sort of gave you the rundown on, what's going on with the emblems, or at least from his perspective, what's going on with those medallions you guys have or had. After you guys felt the city drop, originally the plan was to kind of split up and go in different directions. You decided, no, let's all run together. So what you guys did is run down to the docks, race literally down to the docks.
We had a power walking competition.
Only to realize that
Thank you for letting me be first place.
that the ship that was captained by Flint, I want to say Flint, was no longer there. So you guys saw it. It was probably about 1,000 feet down and just jumped off.
Literally.
Yeah.
He flew off, and I grabbed his foot.
Yeah, there was a lot of decisions that got made, and you guys,
Only one of them made sense.
I wasn't part of it. I was stolen.
yeah, she was kind
I
of
was
held
kidnapped.
captive. Yeah, literally kidnapped. Yeah.
Halfling now.
You're not a child.
She's the same size.
Sorry, she was abducted. You were
Thank
trafficked.
you. I was abducted.
You were trafficked
You were
out,
trafficked.
out of the city and onto a boat. Oh, that sounded way worse. That already sounded bad from the beginning, and it sounded worse at the end.
As a kid.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
When you ended up on the boat, that was the problem.
Technically, you weren't trafficked to the boat. You were being trafficked to the ground.
And landed on the boat.
And I tried to escape on a boat.
Yeah, and you saved yourself. So you guys got on the boat and found
Flint.
Flint.
Everybody carries 200 feet of rope.
You saw Flint in his werewolf form, and tried to fight him. Realized that fighting him was probably not going to be the best solution.
I had him on the rope.
Sure you did. I think he was healing more at the top of every round more than any damage you guys gave to him. So
No, that's not.
actually, the funny
that's
thing,
not the way I felt. That.
the funny thing is, just like peel the curtain back, he had like 260 hit points, right, like total. But when you guys found him, he was already bloodied. He was at like 110. But at the top of every round, he got 40 hit points back. So he
Yikes.
literally was tougher and stronger and more healed than before you started fighting, or after he fought you guys.
It was a nice, invigorating, second round.
I remember adding it back in, and I was like, "Oh, he's at 140 now." I was like, "Didn't he start 110?" Sure did. So that was fun. But you ended up kind of snapping him out of that, and you guys saved the ship by elementally charging up the lift crystal, thanks to Tally.
Punching energy right in.
Yeah. So you literally punched it into charging it up. Which was
with this tallywhacker.
Yeah, fucked it up. But Flint was very impressed by that. Anyways, you guys were able to get it fully charged up, and it was able to lift back up to the not the surface, but to Skyreach. From the port. You guys looked around for your other brother, Dalen. Kalen.
You're doing great with these names.
Don't get there.
You should try it.
I don't want to.
Anyone here, you should try it.
If you
It's
want
fun.
to, I have a rhyme about names.
I'm very excited for that one.
Can we hear it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to do it in the middle again.
Yeah, no. I mean, you can do it whenever, but I'm going to keep going until you find it. So Kalen or Dalen or whatever his name is, you went to find him and realized that the last time he was signed in on the dock was actually aboard a kind of merchant trading vessel that goes back and forth to Nimbusa, called the Pigeon something.
Pigeon's Nest?
Pigeon's Nest. There we go. The Pigeon's
Damn,
Nest.
why am I the one remembering this shit? That's
Well,
not
that's your
my
brother.
It is your brother.
So, and you
He
realize
gets
that he was set to go on this ship. That was the last time. That was the last time it was there.
Nimbusa is the place where they get the crystals, right?
Nimbus is it's like the legendary shipyard. So yeah,
Okay.
they're the ones who build all these luxury giant ships, and that is where a lot of the crystals are.
Mined? Or
Not
found?
mined. That's where they're put into the ships. The crystals are mined in a different place,
Okay.
which I don't think you guys have
I
talked
thought
about.
you said they were mined. They're found.
No, that's in the city. Where their mind is in that big like maelstrom. I'd have to look at the map to get it. It's the city. It's like Stormhold, I think is what it is. It's where it's like inside of a mountain where they're harnessing the energy of like the electricity in the air to forge weapons, and that's where the crystals are mined. But yes, that's where Nimbus is, where it's all put together. That's where they build the ships. That's where they enchant the ships. That's where they take this just energy-filled crystal ball and turn it into something that can power an entire boat. After kind of running into a little bit of a dead end there, decided to go to this guy Reach Around, and
We're having a good time.
had some fun. Yeah. You got a private table, courtesy of Thrice.
Your
Adjacent.
bill's gonna be so high.
I put it on another person's tab.
Yeah.
Not my problem. Is what we're
Yeah.
saying.
And essentially you guys you got somebody to sign into your book. You
Just
had some
and sons.
had some you had some cocktails, and where we left off was where you were all going to most of you were going into the bathhouse, which is the level where they essentially you have individual baths that are enchanted to sort of fit whatever need or desire you might have.
Puke in my hair.
What?
I forgot I had puke in my hair, so I wanted to do that.
Oh, that's right.
She's
For the
bathing
ship
with the
problem.
ladies.
Yeah.
That's relevant to the story, I promise. Why, I don't know.
Well, that's where you guys are going. So who is all going to the bathhouse again? I know pretty much everybody, right? Except for
Well, except for me, he's already pissed off to do whatever.
I dropped her off,
you. Mhm.
and then I was going.
Did he already
I don't know.
We
if-
talked to the one guy.
I don't-
Owen.
They
I don't know if
were
my
at the
request
table.
involves a bath.
Well, no, you involved the bath, I think, and then braiding your hair.
No, massage.
I
Massage
wanted
braiding your hair.
I wanted a massage with my hair braided, and I want cheese and
Well,
marbled rice.
They're not going to do it here on the dance floor, so I assume you're going to do something
They
else.
just come through with a
Yeah.
little platter while you're dancing.
I mean,
All these people are it's around him. He's just like,
Braiding your hair while doing
I
that.
think the
So-
last people at the table were us three, though, right?
Yeah, you three were there. I was walking with her, and then the
Yeah.
girls followed.
And then we talked to Edwin. Irwin.
Erwin.
Of course.
You were close.
You're
Strike
always
one.
close.
And, you know, I already have
And then we scared him. He told us what we wanted to know.
Yeah, he was good.
And then he went away.
Yeah, he was good.
Well, I just meant like he gave us information we kind of already knew.
Yeah.
So there's no reason.
But the Pigeon's Nest is most likely a smuggling ship. Right.
He
And
smuggled
then-
himself on the ship.
Pigeon's Nest is.
Oh, that's how he stole the thing, right?
That's how
He
he got
found
it,
it,
yeah.
not actually stole it. It is three-eyed guy.
Because the nest is good for getting one place to another without actually knowing your name. You act like a crewmate,
Yeah.
and then you're able to transport yourself from one place
And
to
so we have 2 weeks until the ship gets back from Nimbusa.
Yes.
If I remember right, that conversation.
Yeah.
Well,
Sounds about right.
you don't know if it's 2 weeks exactly. You
Or-
know that it takes 2 weeks. It's a 2 week. It's a week there, a week back.
But yeah.
But we know that it's not.
It's
It
not
has
here.
already made a return trip. So.
Yeah. So
it could be on its
it's
way back.
any day less than 2 weeks. So
Okay. And that it is your three-eyed guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's terrifying as shit. And Irwin didn't steal it, but he found it and took it.
Yeah.
And somehow that is important to three-eyed guy. We don't
Well-
know how, correct?
He's trying to collect it for some reason. Right?
Well, yeah, but that's why I'm saying that we don't know why three-eyed guy is trying to get the badges.
oh no, you don't know.
Sorry.
You don't know that.
And then I went off to my elemental bath.
Really?
Is that what The Stardust.
Yeah. So Thrice, where are you going? Because I know you dropped her off, and then where did you go?
I'm gonna go hit the town, put some feelers out for Kalen. Really just try to get some information on where he might be, where he was staying, that sort of
Roguey
thing.
stuff.
You know, probably hit the underbelly a little bit, see if I can
Scratch the underbelly.
Yeah.
Just give it a quick turn.
give it a little poison stab. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Okay. We'll just kind of count that as like downtime for you, unless there's anything that you wanted to, like anyone specifically you're trying to talk to. Or, okay.
just you know,
Doing rogue stuff.
Doing some rogue
Just
shit.
creeping about town.
it's dark now. I can fly.
Nice.
Well, unfortunately, you missed out on your dream, which I forgot what it was called.
Didn't you give it to
Yeah.
Erwin's walking around, disappearing in shadows.
Faded in and out of
Oh, he has drink. Yeah.
Whatever the Midnight Express, or whatever it was called.
Midnight Express.
It's so much better afterwards when everything is just, it's like a game of telephone and everything's just changed. We're just like, and we all just know what we mean, so we go with it.
Well, so looking back on it, it's not necessarily a run about names, but I will make one now that I think about it. But if you want to hear the one I wrote for Adam, I could do that. For
is
you.
this like one of like your spells or something that you would,
No,
or is this just
well,
a song?
Is this some
It
party
could be,
inspiration?
but it could be a lyric. That's fine. I can do that.
Why don't we do it as if you were giving inspiration to everyone before they go to their bath?
All right. Well, how about that? Yeah. In this brief moment, I'd like to remind you guys that relaxation is everything, but don't forget some key tenets about existing, which is be specific when you're using stuff, because otherwise some people may not get your message. Like, for example, I heard a story. Godly blood, I heard, turned a man into a giant. Seizing his family legacy, he killed those defiant, restoring his empire, making the lands his people's cadastral. Those that plotted were of the Brotherhood Abysmal. Wait, it's whatever. I think it's about right. I think that's right. And I move on from that. Supposed to be a dashful. Astral no. And I'll put that in the I've already used section. Don't worry, I got a good one for me. In my child.
Oh, also, Aberdeen, did you add a ability score or?
Oh, I forgot to
Or
do
feat.
that.
Yeah.
Now we'll think about it.
Okay.
I've already done it. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
I already completed a feat. I found
Yeah, she
my
found
brother.
one of your
She found
siblings.
brother
I found
You
the
can solve
brother.
another one if you talk to me.
I'm not allowed.
Yeah.
Hey, he's not there.
He's not there. You don't know.
Yeah.
We're with a bunch of the girls right
Hey,
now.
Thrice left.
Oh yeah, your mouthpiece is gone.
the bath is oddly quiet.
They're like, all you have to do is tell us exactly what you want.
It's a very accurate depiction of what's about
Stinks
to
in the
occur.
water. Hair stays above.
Don't you have your own private room though?
Yeah. So everyone who's going to the bath, well, I'm pretty sure it's everyone except for Thrice, Valter,
Yeah, it's only us three.
and Goody.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having to say everyone's name just to make sure I can remember it. So that's why I'm like going through and making sure I say it. Okay.
I need the reminder too. It's okay.
Yeah. At the beginning of the campaign, until like session like 6 or 7 is where I'm like, I have to like make sure to say every single name. I can't just like look and point. I have to say it. Because without saying it, it's just a bunch of names I've read on my documents over and over again, and it just doesn't stick the same way. So those who are going into the bath, like the bath house. So this is a level that actually you go up past the VIP suite. So there's like a spiraling staircase that, well, it's kind of like a grand staircase when you go up. And this is actually, you pass by where the attendant was that Goody spoke with last time, who's sort of a shape-shifting chameleon. His name's Zyla, yes. You pass by her, and she just, as you're being escorted by Tassara, who is your VIP attendant, you're being escorted up these stairs. She just lets you go. You go, and there's the VIP section, which these are essentially kind of what you had, but instead of it being on the dance floor, it's just elevated so you can look down. But instead, you did spiral upwards. You actually go up 2, 3, 4 more flights, and each individual bathhouse room is enchanted to essentially replicate emotions and desires that you have, whether it's vocalized or not. which for most paying patrons is really, really relaxing to the thought of not having to think. You just get in here, you sit down in your bath, the water starts running, it's temperature controlled, and you either have it with a desired courtesan or by yourself as a relaxation method, but essentially it takes over, and all of the elements of the room will shift and change to the desire of the patron. But they are all private rooms. So each one is around, if you remember, this sort of a big cylinder building. Each one opens up to a balcony that overlooks the ocean, at least on this side. And then once you get to the other side, it's overlooking the cityscape. But it is nighttime at this point, which is why he can fly now.
Bats.
Actually, one second. Let me go grab my speaker. I just realized the speaker isn't in here.
You want me to go grab it?
Well, that's good.
I don't
I'm
know
gonna
where
take
it
this
is.
I think it's in the kitchen. The lavender one?
Yeah,
It's in the kitchen.
Yeah, go grab that one. I'll grab
Okay.
that one.
Yeah.
We need the tunes.
It's called ambiance.
Now I can think of what feat I wanted. What feat did I want? We talked about it 2 weeks ago.
Oh, the healer one, right?
You want heavy armor master.
You do, actually, please, for me.
No, you want Misty Step. You want to get out.
That's the one. Something like
So you want
that.
something that gives you Misty Step.
Yeah, so I don't run into this.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Fate Touch.
Is that the one I wanted? Fey touch?
That or something that gives you the ability to use wizard spells that you can take Misty Step.
So magic initiative, fate touched.
Yeah.
There's a couple other ones.
There's a couple of them that you can take, but you wanted something to get out of.
We wanted
harm's
to
way.
not be in this situation again.
Fate touch gives you Misty Step guaranteed, and you pick another level 1 spell, and then both of those can be used without a spell slot once.
I tried to put in Fey touch and I got gay test.
Hey,
That's an interesting.
like he said, whatever you imagine, it's
I
there in the room
spelled it
for
right.
you.
You spelled gay test.
No, I spelled Fey touch right, but apparently autocorrect.
Gay G-A-E.
It's a whole different realm.
Yeah. The gay wild.
The gay wild. Oh my god! I bet someone has to have done a game called the Gay Wild.
I mean,
I would be shocked if they didn't.
That would be so funny.
It's a wonderful one.
It lasted one generation and then.
It's like that magic
Jesus
item that
Christ.
goes around homebrew forums where you change one letter of something and it becomes a new thing.
Yeah.
The gay wild.
At least has to be a club in the Feywild.
Oh, for sure. That's
The gay wild.
Probably a club here.
Why not
It's
both?
one of these floors.
It
It's
is
a-
now.
It's a club that exists in both realms, and it's actually a gateway between the two.
Alright, we're gonna go with
I
that
don't know
one,
what it
Shay.
is, but I
I'm
know
gonna
we're
go with
talking
Fey
about the
touch.
gay wild.
Okay.
I'm familiar.
Gay touch would be crazy.
Everything before you sparkles.
Oh, why not? Oh gosh, what was that playlist I found last time? It was perfect. It's like cyberpunk something.
Was it?
It was like dark club scene,
Yeah.
whatever you call it, fantasy club scene. Let me know. No, you're good. By all means, please take as many as you want. I've eaten half the bag already.
They're really good.
Yeah.
What's next?
Mm-mm.
Fancy Kishiff.
Like you said.
They actually do taste like cinnamon toast.
They really do.
Got Jolly Ranchers.
I bought a big bag, and I got more blue than anything. I got a lot of
We
drinking
found
that
it.
That's unfortunate.
My brain was loaded that whole time.
It is bad.
Yeah.
That's why I was so excited, because usually I
think
get only
about
like
it.
2 blues.
Oh, you like
Suck.
blues?
Yeah, the blues are the
My
best.
favorite. And I
Yeah,
had more
Jolly
blues
Ranchers.
than anything else in that bag, and I was like, this was the best.
Every Jolly Rancher I had was green or yellow.
You could buy just blue dollars.
You can't have one.
Anything blue raspberry. I think it's pretty good.
He loves
My
that.
favorite.
He's got a problem.
I think Blue
Blue
Raspberry is my
raspberry is
favorite.
really good.
Yeah, I knew you would. Oh, never mind.
No, just looking.
I take back what I said.
Caramel is.
Is the reach around just a club or is it also an inn?
It's also a brothel.
I think it's kind of.
I
just
think
a-
Is it just a
gathered.
club and a brothel?
I think
or
it's
is
how
it
you
also-
depends on how you turn the dial.
I think it's a luxury self.
How deep are your pockets?
Infinitely deep.
As deep as his are.
I've been told by an associate that I don't have to worry about it. So.
You sure don't.
You and I don't know each other, and I hardly
I
know
feel like
him.
we're gonna
That's
have
the
to
same
work
thing I think. No, what cares? It's not
I
my
feel like
fault.
we're gonna be confronted. And
I
then
hope
we will
so.
be worrying about it.
I would love that.
It's
So-
like going to Atlantis. Everything's gonna be
I was told it was covered. I'm taking full advantage of that.
I wouldn't even part of that group, but I know I
But
fucked up that
why
much.
though?
No, I love that part of the recording. It's so good. Why are we going to Atlantis?
Don't worry about it.
But why? I bet I could find it. I still have it.
All right, so everyone who's going to the bathhouse, you stop off at this level. For Walter, you're going one more level up. Your room is, instead of it being sort of steamy and very humid from like the bath, it's well, you are taken to a room that at the moment it is just dark. As you step inside the room, it starts to illuminate through sort of the vibrations of you stepping into the room. The stone floor actually illuminates. The walls and the ceiling all stay dark, but the floor illuminates sort of a low maroon, kind of like an illuminated, like stained glass floor is what it looks like, but it's like a dark red, almost maroon. It gives enough light to where you can see, but it keeps it very low toned. A few moments later, hold on, I had it built out.
So loud.
A few moments later, a somewhat delicate looking elven woman walks through the door. She is maybe around 5 feet tall, which is short for a typical elven woman.
She's delicate.
Yes. And she sort of she shyly looks up at you and just bows her head down. And then she looks at the attendant, who then closes the door as she walks away. And as that happens, you look back, and her features, similar to Zyla downstairs, start to shift, and she starts to grow in height. She grows to about 6 feet. Her skin tone goes from like the pale, fair, high elven into a darker gray tone drow, and she just starts to kind of mimic essentially what you start to find as like an attractive, like, woman is what she sort of just starts to become without you having to vocalize or say it. She says, "A braid and a massage."
That's exactly what I want. I've already popped the red plate off.
Just popping it off.
The armor's coming off. Do you know where my cheese and my bread is?
On the way.
Good.
Cheese in my
Got the
brain.
business.
I cannot overstate how much I just. If I get what I desire the cheese and I desire
That's
the
very British.
Anything to wash it down with?
Yeah, another one of those whiskey drinks I had downstairs.
And she just bows and says, "Okay, get on the table."
Do you have the little? Do you also have the fruity ones with the little umbrellas in them?
Not for the whiskey drink, but that can be arranged.
Well, give me the whiskey one and then one of the umbrella drinks too.
As you wish. Make yourself comfortable on the table. I'll be right back. And then she goes away, returning a lot quicker than it was downstairs, as if there's like a separate bar up here.
I need you to lay face down on this table where the hole for the massage
That's
thing is, and
100%
just,
what
like,
I'm doing. It's so
Just
I don't
vacuuming out.
have to grab it. I'm laying with my face through the hole and the glass is floating just beneath my face.
But the attendant is feeding cheese and bread.
Yeah.
I love that.
Just imagine there's a halfling down there also being like, "Hello, sir. What can I do for you?" Cheese.
you use celery.
She as she walks back in and hands you the drink, there's like a table underneath the kind of like a little side table underneath where the table is for you to have a straw and just kind of go to town. And she snaps her fingers and these kind of like fey firelights just start to kind of flicker around, just offering a little bit of additional lighting. And over the next hour and a half, gives you just the most amazing, most relaxing massage. As you finish up, you just tell her how you want the hair braided.
I like the idea that it's like a nice relaxing massage, and then it like pans to whatever they're doing in the bath, and it pans, and this one's like jumping on my back, and like, yeah, deeper.
He's like a diving board.
She's like hitting me with a
diving board.
It's like a
just
high
like
dive
full on
platform.
stomping
Like my
back.
people's elbow into his back.
Yeah.
So 9.8 for the Russian judges.
Yeah, your night is well on its way. Down at the bathhouse. So what I thought we could do is similar to how in our first game where I had everyone sort of describe a room that they were building and customize. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to describe how your bath looks. So we'll start over here.
Oh yeah, also me.
So again, you're not telling the people, you're telling me, so you can actually say it. You don't have to role play as your character.
So, well, just say it, yeah. So
Aberdeen.
she's probably. You want me to say it as Aberdeen?
No, you don't have to.
Please don't. That's a lot of talking.
You don't have to say it as the character you play.
Whose name I definitely know.
Yes. No, so she'll probably walk in and instead of being like marble or concrete or anything like that, it'll be just like, I don't know the type of grass, but like that perfect, soft, serene grass that you'll walk into.
Nice zoysia. It's nice.
I mean, yeah.
I like grass.
Bermuda
Grass.
looks really nice.
Yeah, like absolutely just like perfect grass. It's probably gonna feel like, don't know why, this is how it is in my head. Like fresh breeze in there, probably some butterflies, dragonflies just flying around. And then the water is probably gonna be like a little cold, like just like slightly chill to it, but I'll get accustomed. Perfectly crystal clear, and then maybe a few like fish in there that are clean already. Just like think of
nibbling fish?
Mofish. No, not so much nibbling
Like
fish.
koi?
Yeah, more like
Those
kind of like
feet fish.
yeah, not feet fish, but maybe like koi fish is a little big, but I don't want to say tropical. But,
Baby koi.
but yeah, like baby koi fish, just little cute little fishies in there.
Couple piranha. Just relax.
Absolutely.
One of those little angler fish. They're like this big. Not the one that was recently filmed. So.
Yeah.
To the surface.
Well, it died.
And then
She was dying.
And maybe these are too. Okay.
and just nice and quiet, like not. I cannot hear the bumping of the background or anything.
Tranquil sound of the
Just
river.
kind of
in
calm
the
and
distance.
yeah, sure, perfect. We can have a little river.
yeah,
sound
like the
in background.
fish are actually floating in the river that's just like going around the whole
Oh, that
room.
would be
Yeah.
Like a
cute.
lazy river.
Salmon
It
jumping
is.
on.
I want like
Yeah.
think of a lazy river. That'd be so cute.
So there's the butterflies. The water's a little cool to the touch. As far as the atmosphere, remember this is sort of taking on a environmental image. So it's once you get settled and you start and your imagination starts taking over, the room is going to start transforming to what your vision is. So this pond, this river, are you like in like the fields like you would be back home?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
So it's like just
it's a
the
nice
kinda
sunny
golden
spring
plains.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, golden plains in the distance, but like fresh, like beautiful trimmed grass here. I think I know the answer. I'm gonna ask: is there any companionship
No.
needed?
Nope. That bitch wants to
Absolutely
be all alone. The only
Plot
companion-
twist: she asked for someone who looks a lot like Thrice.
Just so she could speak.
I might want a drink later to stay here.
Oh, that would be so funny.
I need a proxy, please.
That's a known version of Shaft.
So over the next hour and a half, you sit in this relaxation, almost like a.
And soap. She would like some
Yeah.
shampoo and conditioner.
Oh,
She's actually bathing.
she's like, oh yeah, no, this is the bath part of the bathhouse.
Bath.
Yeah, so that's the. Are those the only instructions that you asked for? Like I don't want any. Do you want a drink? Because now that he's
No.
not here, okay.
He said no, so she doesn't want to.
But you do get all your bathing.
Fantasies
Needs.
met.
Hey, that's part of it.
Hey,
Okay.
She's a simple girl with simple needs.
Love it.
It was a very complex bath.
I mean, I think you
Once they set the scene, it was simple, okay?
Yeah, once there was an entire river
It's fine.
with its own ecosystem. Perfect.
We're fine.
Don't forget about the butterflies.
Yeah,
Emberlin.
and dragonflies.
And fish.
And fish.
But
Emberlin.
not feet fish.
And
Not
the
fish.
next-
But not she-fish.
In the very next room.
Oh, while we're
Uh,
talking about it, I would like the fish to sing to me. Ooh, la la la.
Oh la 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 la.
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah. Frogs in different background.
Emberlin.
I gotta go.
Okay, so mine's opposite of hers. You walk in, it's dim, lights are dim, it's dark. My bath is really warm to almost scalding hot.
Oh. Ugh.
So real life.
Oh, there's some judging happening right now as they're like watching the steam come off.
She loves it. That's how I take my showers, guys.
She's not kidding.
I'm in full support.
Hell water.
I think this sounds great.
It's nice, it's bubbly, soapy, scented soap, bath salts, candles all around the bath, like all around the bath. And like one of those fireplaces that have like the little rocks that like light up different colors. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Fireplace with the rocks?
Yeah, it's like a little small fireplace and it's like little jewels or rocks. I don't know.
You talking about like the ones where like we shopped for? Where, like,
Yeah.
they're like the rocks that have like either blue or red, or they
Or
like
is it
different
the
colors.
glass?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
Yeah.
fire pit.
And like the fire pit.
We
So,
we thought about
the
buying a
big
TV
ones.
stand that had one of those.
Has one of those
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
So like she'll have that.
I'm sick. Cool.
Yeah. Kind of in the room somewhere and yeah.
Yeah,
That'll
so
probably be her bath. Or
There's
maybe
some
like
good
elements of like the like just fire.
There's
Not
so
like
many
like fire like lightning, but like red. There's a little fire.
Yeah.
Just like something like in the room.
Like just sporadically going
Sporadically,
off?
yeah, just
or
like
just like a
sporadically going off.
constant
No,
flame?
like sporadically going off, like a lightning strike. Like it hits one and it goes buzz, and then it'll stop and then it hits again and it does another.
So like from the inside of a lava lamp and someone touches, you just see flames just shoot
Yeah.
out like fingers across the ceiling and walls. Just sporadically, almost like a flame wreathed thunderstorm.
Mm-hmm.
The water, like you said, is hot.
Hot.
Is there any additional request outside of just the comfort and the environment? Is there any particular thing or person that you are wanting to have in this room with you?
Me or person?
Apparently, price is no object, so whatever you want.
No, she probably would do it alone. I did that big alone.
Okay.
She'll ask for another drink.
Oh, one of the fire ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Winnie, you're in the bats, right?
Mhm.
What about yours?
I would say.
It's just her workshop.
No, it's not. Okay, so I would say that it's like cobblestone, I guess you could say. But I would say that the hot tub takes up like most of the room. Like it's not just like a little hot tub in the center. It's like almost the entire floor of the room is the tub.
Okay.
And so go in, I would say that like the walls would be like kind of cloudy or foggy, right? So like kind of fog's kind of going throughout the room. Definitely a hot, like steamy bath. And then as soon as she like steps in, then you can see like electricity or like lightning kind of going through the clouds in the walls. And then as soon as she's fully in there, it rains. So it's just
Ooh, that's cool.
yeah, so it's just raining like the whole time.
Hot steam, cold rain.
Yes,
So is it raining only inside the
the room.
well, not the whole room, but only inside the hot tub, like a circular rain cloud falling.
Yes.
Sick.
That's
Like a
so-
curtain, like a curtain
yeah.
of rain.
So it's all rain, and she's just like laying, like floating, kind of in the center
Yeah.
of it. And then, so since she's in the tub, then all the electricity goes on the walls and everything.
Okay.
So it's cool.
Sick.
It's like a storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're experiencing a lot of different sensations from like visually watching the electricity scale across the walls. You're feeling the rain hitting you. Your body is warm from the actual water, sort of the hot tub. What about food, drink, companion? Is there anything that you're wanting that like inside this room no one else needs to know?
Well, I want to order the Zephyr's Kiss to feel weightlessness while I'm like floating in the water.
Okay.
And then, are there any like attendants there that I can request from?
Yeah, so it's the same girl. So Tassara. She's your attendant. So
Okay.
whenever you come in, like as you start to like step in, it's the visual I have is pretty cool, and I don't know if this is how everyone else feels, but like as you walk in, it's kind of like a blank canvas, and as you start stepping in, like from each step, like the color starts to take and like shoot across the room, and like the for your example, the big round, hot tub, hot springs type hot tub just emerges and like digs itself into the ground, and the water fills up from the bottom, and the rain starts pouring as you step inside, and the lightning starts going. All this happens right as you start entering the room, and like the room starts to connect with your desire and vision, but Tassara's still right there as this is all happening. So as you're getting settled, she has your the Zephyr's drink, so you feel weightless. But yeah, what do you request from her?
So if I were to request a companion, would that be you forming into what I'm looking for, or?
No, I'm just your attendant.
Okay.
We have companions for any desire.
Could they form into what I desire?
Absolutely.
I'd
As
like
long
to-
as it is humanoid.
Yes. I would like a male companion then.
He'll be here momentarily. And so she steps out, and again, as you're
I do have an image for what I want it to look like. For
oh, you'll say it, yeah.
I assume for you.
Well, I did for Cody, and then I felt bad. I was like, oh shit, I should have had him like tell me.
I can re-explain my
No,
scene.
okay, yeah. I want you to like kind of tell me like what you think it looks like, because I just wanted to give the idea that like this person's also got like kind of like chimera, like chameleon sort of effect. But then after I did, I was like, oh shit, I just fucking like. I was like, I don't know what his like most attractive version of that is. So yeah, we'll kind of retcon that. But yeah, a few moments later, the door slides open, and the gentleman that walks in, and then the door closes behind. Think of like a can't think of the name of the Disney movie, but kind of like a prince from a Disney movie, with like dark brown black hair pulled back, clean shaved, kind of like a very strong, like kind of like masculine looking strong jawline. What's that?
It's Gaston.
That's Gaston.
No.
Who's Gaston? Which
Oh,
one is
and
that?
Belle.
Beauty
And
and the
Beauty and the
Beast.
Beast.
Oh.
He wants Belle, and he's real buff.
Gotcha. No, he's not. He's more slender. He's more like
I think it's
think of like Italian like model type of
Yeah.
like he's kind of like
He's very
skinny
neutral.
but looks very
like the Little
good.
Mermaid guy, Prince.
Yes,
Eric.
what the fuck is his
Prince
name?
Eric.
Jesus Christ, that's the one I was trying to think of.
Oh, yeah, he's
I could not think of Prince Eric.
I remember his name. I just know who you're talking about.
Dude, I was trying so hard.
I
I thought the longer I was explaining it would pop up, and it never did.
I mean,
But
they're
yeah.
all pretty similar looking.
I know.
Typically,
Yeah.
tan,
But
dark
it's
hair.
whether or not they have like blonde or brown hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the brown hair model.
Okay.
But yeah, he walks in and he looks at you, and like as you start to see him, he starts to change and take form into
Whatever you.
Okay.
He's
So
like, I wanted a girl. No.
I would have him close the door first.
yeah.
like, as he
It
comes
closes
in.
as he's walked in.
Perfect. So I would imagine you said that he was like clean shaven.
Yeah.
So he would grow a beard, like facial hair and everything.
How long? Are we talking just stubble, or are we talking like a full like?
Full beard. And his brown hair starts to go black, and it becomes like longer.
Is it braided?
Yes. Yeah, and basically it's his skin starts to turn darker, and it looks exactly like
Oh, shit.
But no one knows because I'm in my clothes
Yeah.
room.
Yeah, so essentially like yeah, the scene fades to black as he approaches and gets into the hot tub with you.
Yeah, sorry, I did the same for you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did the same for you.
Can't do anybody either.
Okay.
It's alright, Volter doesn't know.
Volter,
Yeah, I can retcon mine. That's fine.
Walter, how do you describe what the attendant looks like to you?
I wish you did yours first.
It would have been like if she was like a blonde elven woman, she wouldn't have changed much at all to sort of look similar maybe to a certain artificer. Not like exactly like spot on, but like close enough that I don't feel weird about it. That it doesn't feel weird.
Oh, I'm going full weird.
Manny's new phrase.
But I would
Yeah,
also
like,
say
No, full weird.
from the moment he walks in and gets his drinks and stuff, his eyes are closed and the entire room is just like flat gray and he's not using his eyes at all. And so it's the form of an elven woman, right? But then it all just goes like gray. And it's just the sound of the ocean crashing while he's getting his massage and getting his hair braided. He does not open his eyes at all.
Okay.
I'm gonna be so excited for this relationship. I love love.
And he's just taking in the surroundings around him and not there's like no visual information. There might be like shapes of stuff, but not actual like colors and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's a very rough massage though.
Yeah, I assume so.
like a very rough massage.
I was
Getting
hoping so.
bruised.
Where's that sledgehammer?
And the entire time he's eating bread and cheese and he's not stopping. And if he goes through a loaf, he's asking for more.
Deep tissue.
Okay. Tellison.
So you said it just takes a shape as he walks in, correct? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, did you take a bath too?
Mhm.
Oh, is it
Yeah,
good?
he's got the. He told me it was like the all
So
the
did Mel
elements. So.
too.
So as he would walk in my head, it would become void of color. Like it would just be like a black pit, but then you would start to see, not like amongst the stars, but just energies start to flow that would have different colors. So you would have one for each energy, and then he would kind of walk in, but then it'd become weightless, so he'd kind of start floating, and he would just kind of lay in the middle, and all of these, he would kind of meditate, and all these energies would channel into him. So it'd be, but you'd see like ice forming on his shoulder, and then you'd see steam coming off his left shoulder, and all of these different spiritual energies are like battling into him, if that makes sense. And then the only thing he would request before is some black paint, and then he would just stay there for as long as possible.
Okay. Are you gonna say what happens with the black paint?
He said no.
I was gonna say
Right.
I'm leaving some stuff I'm leaving some stuff to be revealed or talked about later.
Okay, yeah, you can leave
Yeah, me
it.
too.
You can leave it behind the closed door.
No, that's fine. We're gonna talk about it. He's not gonna talk about it once he's out. So probably about after an hour of like him being within these clashing energies that have like destroyed his clothes, and like it's not so much of a relaxing bath as it is he's getting the impurities out of him is kind of what he's going for with these energies. His horns, which are covered in black paint, the paint would be cleaned, and there would be two very bright, crystal clear diamonds that are coming from his forehead. And then when he's done, he would repaint them and then add all of his jewelry back on. And then he would just be there like.
Roll.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I want you to roll a performance check.
Okay. That's not bad. Performance 14.
Okay. All right. So it same question. Any companion? Any outside of normal requests besides like just the room? Like any drinks, food, cheese, bread, braids. Okay.
Braids.
Brie, bread, and braids.
I'll get the triple B.
I couldn't think of a B cheese name. Brie's the only one.
Brie.
Brie.
Brie?
Brie's
Yeah,
like-
Brie's a cheese. I'm saying, like, I couldn't think of another one. That was the only
Brie,
one.
bread,
Yeah.
bread.
And braid.
Yeah.
And then if you have a companion, bed. There you go. You got 4 Bs.
There we go.
We need to make that app that compete against Airbnb.
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 Airbnb. All right. So, yeah, Airbnb and B&B is right. It's the next up and coming app.
I would like some butts and stuff package, please.
All right. So for Vel, as you step into your room, you start to walk in, and the door actually closes behind before the attendant is able to step in with you. The door closes, and as it does, similar to everyone else, where the room starts to take shape, the darkness takes over, and all you can see is essentially what you're able to decipher from the silvery glow from the constellation tattoos across your body.
Okay, it's okay.
Oh, you can leave that open. It's fine.
I was
We're
just.
trying
She
to
went
set
off
There's
the
like a
noise.
bright light.
Oh,
I was
you,
just
can,
gonna-
you can fully close it.
The
Oh,
bedroom door.
yeah, just
Or
shut the
turn
gas
off the
on.
lights outside.
Yeah, just turn off the sun.
Yeah, can you go ahead and...
Oh, that is the sun in your eyes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
To
just
me,
use
I
one
don't
of those
know.
and it's
Perfect.
gone. The sun's
Yeah.
gone.
Thank you.
Oh, oh my.
Almighty.
I've been tried once, but it didn't work out.
So, surrounded in just utter darkness. Again, the only light you're able to see is from the glow from the constellation tattoos are etched across your skin. It's pulsing. The tattoos are pulsing ever quicker as your heartbeat begins to race, as this is not a calming experience. This is starting to feel like something that you're familiar with. The etched tattoos start to get brighter and brighter as a stark reminder of the forbidden ritual that was performed on you as a child. The walls and the where you would typically see where the ocean was out and open from that extended balcony, everything around you just starts to take the similar shape as if you were floating through the void of the astral sea. At the end of this seemingly infinite void, you do see 2 shapes start to take form. The shape of both your husband, Callias. It's the first time I'm saying these names out loud.
Good, good.
And your daughter, Sarai.
Yeah.
Sarai's a little easier. Callias could be Callias, so that's why I was like,
Yeah.
you guys like to fuck with pronunciations of English. Even from this distance that seems infinite, their face becomes a clear picture in your head. Rushing past you in a hurry is it's almost like shards of ice come rushing past you, and it seems like it's just a ghostly form of something that throws past your body, and it spins you around. You look back, and you, using them as a North Star, you align yourself back with where they are, seeing this figure float around the astral sea as if it's a swarm of chilled ghosts or some phenomenon that you've never experienced, not even in your nightmares. The ground beneath you, sort of the where you find yourself standing, it does not feel like you're in a room anymore, as beneath you just sort of dissolves into a dissolved cosmic dust below you, and it feels like you're now floating and hovering in the astral sea. However, without any sort of ability to maneuver or move yourself, you seem stuck. The figures begin getting closer rapidly.
To me or to
You. As they start getting closer, your tattoos start to burn on your body. They get even closer, and suddenly you feel like this burning ache. As they start to get within maybe 400 or 500 feet, you can really start to make out their figures. They're no longer just this silhouette with a face. They're starting to actually take the form of your recently lost husband and daughter. They start to get closer, and now their faces start to look disfigured. They no longer look like Callias and Sarai. Now they look like these devilish beasts that are imitating what they look like. And from behind them, you see that shadowed figure that brushed past you with these icy cold tendrils, and you see that these tendrils are actually going from the back of each of these figures. And it seems like as this thing twists its body, you see the face swirl like an old painting that with too much paint just starts to drip. You see this being is starting to just disfigure your husband and daughter right in front of you as they start getting closer and closer. Now they're almost within arm's reach, but you can't move. The burning sensation of your tattoos is too strong. Seems like the entire cosmic dust and astral sea that you find yourself in, it feels like it's all closing in faster, and all the stars seem to be rushing in towards you as the inevitable implosion of everything coming together seems overwhelming. You snap awake, and you're just now stepping into the room, and you turn and you see Tassara. You see Tassara behind you with a gentle smile as you have a panic across your face, and she looks concerned. And then she turns and kind of cocks her head for a second and says, "Is everything okay?"
Ooh, okay. She's got her hand on the door, and her nails are just digging into the door frame, and she's breathing really hard. She says, "What was in my drink?"
Nothing.
There had to have been something in my drink.
Probably a mixture of alcohol. I can give you the ingredients list if you'd like.
Please, yes.
What seems to be the problem? You seem to be having some sort of reaction.
Is there something in the air? Do you just... This is not normal.
Of course not. That's why you pay the premium.
What's supposed to happen in this room?
This room attaches itself to you, and upon stepping inside, it gives you a feeling of everything you desire.
That was not what I desired. Something just happened.
Honey, you haven't walked inside yet, and you look down, and your foot is not into the room yet. The door is open, and you haven't stepped inside.
Mm-hmm. So she's gonna take her hands off and just kind of mutter to herself, "That's never happened when I'm awake. That's never happened when I'm awake." And she'll step inside and she'll go, "Never mind, thank you. Just if you could get me the ingredient list, that'd be great." Thank you.
Sure, of course. And as you step inside, everything turns dark. I'm kidding.
For the next hour, you were.
God damn it!
You're blind. You're deaf.
All right. What happens? Like, what does it look like? What is your comfort?
Okay.
I'm surprised she walks in. Honestly.
I mean,
To be fair, yeah.
she's vaguely familiar with that scenario. It's just never happened when she's awake. So she'll kind of collect herself and she'll take a few deep breaths. She's gonna debate opening the door or not, just keeping it open a crack after that. Decides against it. Turn around. You're gonna see a stone room with a big sunken in pool. And across from it are these big, those like Grecian arched doorways. So that's open. It's all nighttime out there. And it's just like glittering stars. And then underneath you can see a lot of like the outlines of like rolling hills and a little city in the distance, of just like little twinkling lights. So, but that'll be all it is.
Any special requests?
Absolutely not.
So that's
The
not
ingredient
happening
list,
then.
she's gonna sink down in the water and just start silently just sobbing. Just curled over on herself, shaking, just sobbing in this room.
What was the drink that you got?
It had starlight in
Here,
it.
I got it.
Something gloom.
And Doom.
Dream bloom.
Dream bloom.
Dream
That's right.
bloom.
Yeah.
Gloom. Right.
Your dream
I
bloom.
got the scar.
Seems like it did what it said on the tin.
I don't know what the drink did either, but I also had it. So.
It was like, "Oh,
So,
let me dream."
Yeah. So a few moments, well, after you get settled and relaxed, a few moments later, the door opens and Tessara comes in holding. She comes in holding the drink that you had the Dream Bloom elixir, and also a handwritten note from one of the bartenders describing what it is.
Okay, I was like, what?
And she says the young man tending the bar gave me this to describe the cocktail, and as she hands it to you, it's a note that says this shimmering elixir is distilled from the Aetheris Dream Orchard. It induces vivid and sometimes prophetic dreams, making it highly sought after by visionaries and those of the divine.
Do other people have? Maybe I need to ask the bartender this. Do other people have bad dreams? Has anybody had a reaction to this before?
It's hard to tell. I would say yes.
Okay.
Not all dreams are good, but I guess it's suppose it amplifies your own mind. So if you have positive thoughts, relaxing thoughts, then you will have those sort of dreams. If your thoughts are filled with panic and peril, then
You didn't
I'd
prime
imagine.
yourself for a good trip.
Apparently, that's your own fault.
Yeah.
I'd imagine
See?
it's
Guided
tough.
dream bloomage.
I appreciate you getting this for me. Thank you.
But if you'd like, this one's on the house. Maybe go into it with a positive mindset.
Like we went through.
You trip sitter.
She's gonna like kind of look at her and not say anything, but she'll just kind of scoff and take the drink and say, "Okay, thank you, appreciate it. I'll consider it."
And she
She's not gonna
bows.
do it with her in the room.
She bows and walks outside. Okay.
I'll stick to my lazy river.
Goody.
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 Yes, sir.
As they're all getting pampered and braided
I'm the
and
only one left at the
breed,
table.
And breed.
breed. Jeez, I think you had stepped away for the joke of the breed.
Three apostrophe D.
Yeah,
Got it.
there's a lot of bees. And Bree is one of them.
Breeze for Balter.
What would you like to be doing? You said you wanted to talk with.
I'm the only one at the table, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah, we
table.
all left
Yeah.
her
But you're
ass.
holding the table down.
Well, that being the case, I do go. Only one, yeah. Well, there's I'm the only one at the table, and I do remember Tessera. And I go, Tessera, and ask if she's even available to come meet. Sorry. Tessera. I get ready every single time except the time that I had to talk.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Tessera comes out.
Thank you, Tessera.
And she says, yes.
Oh, you are available at any moment, and I do appreciate that about you. May I
Is that what you
inquire-
appreciate about me?
That is what I appreciate.
That's what I appreciate.
That's what I appreciate.
But not today, that's what I-
It's a very specific reference.
Got 10 offers for
That's
that.
for the fellas in the room. I say, excuse me, I do realize you have a certain individual by the name of Zala looking after the VIP section of your establishment here. Could I possibly inquire if she has the ability to give me personal services just for a few, let's say 10 minutes of her time, and what the cost of that might be, if available?
She may be able. We would just need to have someone to cover her stance at the VIP entrance. But for 10 minutes, I'm sure that can be arranged.
It wouldn't be very long of her time, but just
That's okay. I'm sure it's plenty.
yeah.
Damn.
You know what, darling? Everything I do is quick and to the point. So I only need about 10 minutes of her time, and then she can return back to service if you feel so inclined to do so. would this table also be held down without me being here? Will this be
Of
reserved
course,
for
it's
us
booked for the
up?
evening.
Indeed, that's all I worry about. Because as it appears, and I look about the rest of the empty booths, I go, I'm the only one making sure this is occupied at the moment.
That's my role is to make sure it stays.
Well, thank you very much. Well, if that is possible, I'd like to get with her whenever she's free. It doesn't have to be at this exact moment, but whenever she's available for a brief moment of her time in a private room. And may I ask, are these rooms completely silent? Nobody else can look into them by either magical means or otherwise?
Yes. Upon entering one of the private suites, you have the elected option to soundproof or lock the doors. Yes.
Splendid. I'd like both.
The only I will say there is that people still can enter, but it's only a few of us able to, and we're very courteous and discreet.
Well, I imagine.
But for the safety of our workers, we need to be able to enter the room if possible.
No, for sure. I wouldn't do anything to harm the safety. It's just more of a few moments of dialogue that I'll keep private, and then otherwise we'll be good to go.
This table here can be soundproof.
I'm looking for a slightly more intimate moment with her.
Understood.
Thank you very much.
She steps away, and after a few moments, she comes back and she says, "Well, good news.
Yes.
Zyla's actually free for the whole evening if you need."
That is a fantastic thing. If she's available right now, I'll go right now. Otherwise, you can.
She's waiting for you. I assumed this would be to your liking.
It is very much. Thank you very much.
So she leads you upstairs to the 4th floor, above, kind of like actually where Volter is, but like above the bathhouse into one of the private rooms. Same for the first time. This is the 2 rooms that are the same. This room has like the maroon red glass stain. It's stone, but it just illuminates like it's a bright maroon, but kind of dark walls, and then you have the night sky with the ocean in the background. But you step inside, and on a sort of it's like a counter where there's an in-suite bar. You just see Zyla kind of leaned up against, and she sees you and smiles, and she stays in her current form, which is that of a tiefling woman. Not the one that you saw last time, but a normal looking tiefling with normal horns. Yeah.
I enter into the room. Does it change to what I was looking for?
Yeah, it can change, but it's not like when the bathhouse, the entire thing becomes a different experience. You can change things like the temperature, the color of the floor, stuff like that, but it's not an enchanted room in the same way.
Maybe I make it just a little bit warmer, but for everything else, it's perfectly the same. And I woke up to her, and I close the door. If Tasara's still there, I go, "Thank you very much," and I close the door. And I walk in, and I speak to Zyla, and I say, "Are you able to?" Well, first off, nobody else is able to hear what we're talking about in here in this room. Is that correct?
Silent.
And I asked her, "Would you be willing to change that form that you previously had? The form that when I first spoke to you, are you able to duplicate that again?"
Sure.
I said, "Could you do that for me?" And then see if you changes.
So she looks down, and then she kind of like looks like through you to understand what it is, and she starts to grow in height. So now she reaches about almost 7 feet tall. Her skin tone goes from like she was sort of a lighter, kind of pinkish tone.
I assume you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, and she goes into a very dark red, like a deep red tiefling, not tiefling, dark red skin tone. Her face becomes a bit more angled, like at the chin. Her eyes change to more of like a serpentine look. Dark black hair, and then her horns reshape and grow in size to like spirals up, and some wings pop out the back. And she looks down at you, and like this horrifying familiar voice. Hello.
I say, "Now, with all respect, I'm speaking to Zyla, I know, but are you familiar with the form that you're taking at all? You don't know who this is, right?"
It's a window into your brain, but unfortunately, that's all I see.
That's good. That's probably for the best.
Hmm.
And I say,
You can tell me, and I can act better.
my voice changes as I go, no, it's not necessary. If you wouldn't mind,
Discretion.
could we have a few moments on the bed and you speak to me as if you and I were lovers?
Of course.
And I simply go over to the bed and I guide her and I lay her down. And almost like the small spoon, she and I look to each other and I grab her around her midsection as she wraps her arms around me. And I say, just tell me how much you love me. And thank me for everything I've done for you. And in a few moments we can part ways. And I appreciate that.
Well, I'm sorry, what was your name again, sir?
In this brief moment, in all secrecy, I say to her, you can call me Izzy.
Well, Izzy, you mean the world to me. Thank you for everything you've done.
And you'll see a little bit of them tear up and maybe lay together for a few moments in an embrace as if lovers would do.
Of course. Just the embrace.
You will not be expected to do anything of the sort of sexual nature. There is only one that can satisfy me in that realm. But I'm getting something from you that I have always wanted.
She just sort of tilts her head down like a bow and just kind of pulls you closer. And
Yeah, we spoon for like 10 minutes. And that's just generally about it.
Okay. And after you guys wrap up, since it'll be sooner than everyone else's bathhouse dreams, after you guys wrap up, she says, that was nice, Izzy.
And I change back to my previous voice. And I'm sure it was, and please refrain from using that name around me and anybody else you might see me in company with. That's kind of private. And I take out 100 gold pieces, and I say, "This is for you, Zyla, and I appreciate every moment you and I spent together. It means a lot to me, and I wish you the best. Maybe one day we can see each other again. But at the time, that's all I require."
Perfect. Unnamed patron.
Well, you and I spoke before. Goody goody, if you remember.
I do. She takes her like regular tiefling form back.
Yeah.
Just okay. Well, this was fun. I'll be down at the stairs if you need me.
Well,
No worries, dog.
That was so good.
Yeah.
That was so good.
what's his deal?
I don't think
so
he's a tiefling.
intrigued.
I go back to the table and I order just some random normal drinks and wait for everybody to go.
So
sick.
I
I
love
love
it.
this.
A few hours go by, and everyone who's in the bathhouse or getting the quad bead comes back down.
I take a bath too. It's a quick bath. It's very down business.
Everyone comes down to see Goody sitting at the table still enjoying
I'm probably writing in my journal, trying to humming to myself about something.
Yeah, so everyone comes back down. Thrice, are you still out doing things?
I'd come back fairly quickly before she finished hers, because I knew she needed guidance back to the table.
She just walks in the room and just
No.
I like to imagine you walked her to the door, walked to the nearest open window, jumped out, and then flew back to the window, and went right back to her door.
So my MO is that. So it's possible. Excuse me, let's go. Disappear.
Damn.
Uppies?
Yeah, so you guys all come back down and sit at the table and
The whole thing was so good.
explain. I mean, what do you guys want to talk about?
Well,
What do you
That was
guys
a nice
do?
laugh.
who's the first person back? Probably you, Walter?
Yeah, I would say.
Well, how'd that go for you? I mean, I've been over here just eyeballing all the ridiculous people dancing. What the hell?
Oh, it was great. As I'm shoving a loaf of bread into my bag, it was great. I had a great time. Yeah.
Good question. Did you also see Tassara and where you were at? Because I just asked her name and she just popped out of nowhere.
Did I?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
who took
That's
care of
pretty
it.
cool. I've never been to a place like this before. Awesome.
It was a good time. My shoulder's still a little tight, but it's fine. It was a good time.
Want me to rub it down?
No, I've been rubbed enough for one
Thank
night.
goodness. I mean, I wasn't gonna, but I figured I'd ask.
Was it good?
You know, I appreciate how helpful you are.
Well, I could also teach you how to power walk better.
Well, I would pay attention if you weren't always behind me when it comes to the speed.
God, I can't wait for somebody else to show up.
So like 45 minutes go by.
I looked at us and went, I don't fucking like this guy.
You're stashing a loaf
Y'all
of
are
bread
gonna
in
end
your
up being
pocket.
besties. Okay?
Is that a loaf of bread in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
No man's that happy to see me. That's definitely periwinkle. Or periwinkle.
Periwinkle.
Very
What kind of
much.
plant
Is
is
that Pennywise?
Pumpernickel.
Pumpernickel.
I don't take a
How did you know that's my
Blue
favorite?
Is that a purple loaf?
The classic Skyreach bread.
I've got white and wheat. I don't know.
Periwinkle.
Is that rye bread in your pocket?
Periwinkle
Short and steady, I
pumpernickel.
like it.
That's hard to say. Periwinkle pumpernickel.
Periwinkle pumpernickel.
That's pumpernickel.
Pumpernickel.
Well, so one by one,
Yeah.
you guys kind of stumble
The
back in.
first person back, Goody and I both, thank God.
It's me.
We both were
Should we just wait for the next person to go? Just silence is like, don't talk.
You're so excited to see the curtain part.
Thrice is with her.
Well, actually, if that's the case, I'd try to get you as drunk as possible before Thrash
No,
came
he's
back.
gonna pick me up. Don't worry about it.
Damn.
Well, that was a nice bath.
When I came in, I'd be pretty like shut down, but I'd be like, did anybody have any like weird visions or like
Oh.
No.
any that drinks cause any
Man, I had this.
No,
had
I
the
don't
same
think
as
my
her.
drink caused it.
what?
Well, I mean,
No weird visions.
I had the same drink as you did.
Nothing?
No.
You didn't see anything.
Other than a bunch of people having a good time. That's about it.
All right. You want to know that? I'm not gonna drink it.
Sure, fuck it, why not? I'm gonna drink it.
See what happens. So.
And the lights go dark.
Everybody out.
You see the astral sea.
You for some reason see your wife and daughter? Your husband and daughter?
It was almost like a melting painting of some sort.
You start to see Belle's husband and daughter.
A lot of stars and shit. I don't know.
Yeah, so a few, probably like 15, 20 minutes go by, you guys just sharing like your experience in the bath and, you know.
Very nice bread.
Thank you.
Still use some fucking color.
I'm plenty colorful.
One shade of color is not
You know
color.
what's your deal about that?
I'm into now like in a blue robe and like
Yeah, speaking of colors, yours are different. What happened?
yeah. Well,
New clothes.
in my back there was a bunch of energy that kind of destroyed those clothes.
Energy. Some of the kids are calling it.
Yeah, it was great. My skin is crystal clear now. I mean, he does probably look more like pale, but it looks clear.
Somehow you've gotten brighter.
Yeah, that was great.
Didn't think it was possible.
I definitely been like, how'd it go with you?
Great. I'm a nice little fire bath.
City living sounds pretty fun, huh?
It has its perks.
As its perks, I would say so.
I get my own bath to myself. I
What's our
don't
next
share with
step?
nobody.
Well,
Very nice.
yeah.
We talked to Erwin. We have to wait for the plan. And then you need to Starlight Gardens, correct?
Please.
I would love to visit any
More so
Yeah,
now.
Erwin did
Yes.
visit.
religious aspect of the spirits.
He did.
Um,
What did y'all say to him?
Well, us and the rest of the fellas, while you ladies were having a good time, just spoke with him. Nothing we already didn't know. I mean, he just told us that he acquired that by stealing from the third-eyed man, more or less.
found it. If I
Found
remember
it. And he, the three-eyed guy was trying to take it back. And then, we just returned it to him and found out how much it's actually worth. Kind of pissed his pants, but whatever. Who cares? That shit. We basically everything we already knew. We got to go to whatchamacallit, not Nobu or whatever that is.
Nimbusa.
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 Thing, so. I mean, the pension's nest is supposed to be coming back, we assume, at some point in time.
Did he say when?
Yeah, somewhere between tomorrow and 13 days.
That's kind of a big jump.
Yeah.
Well, if you think of it in terms of
Look
all
at them.
time, 2 weeks ain't too bad.
Cosmically speaking, it's like an eye.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows if they know what the hell's on your hand or not. I mean, it's a trident, we all know that, but I mean, like, significance of your hand.
Well, what's the significance of the badges? I mean, I know for him it's
Well, I don't know,
symbol
you got
of
some
status.
asshole over here who occupied one for a long time.
Do you hear? It's like a fart on the wind. Oh, he's talking.
I'm so glad that you showed up earlier. I was gonna murder him right before you put the curtain back.
He was gonna try.
Because there's nothing but the smell of fucking bread in this studio.
Bread is brie.
Lead,
I'm not even ashamed about the bread.
You cut the cheese, and I'm
You're
not talking
right.
about the shit in your pocket.
God.
If you eat nothing but bread and cheese, you're gonna fucking fart it up, all right?
And whiskey.
Yeah.
You
Maybe translucent, but it still smells.
Goody, after like 15 or 20 minutes, you as you're like talking and laughing and making jokes at the expense of Walter, you do see some of the like the bartenders that are shaking drinks sort of in the distance. From your perspective in your booth, you can actually see the elemental bar where they're making a lot of the cocktails that are being ordered, and you notice a semi-translucent figure standing behind one of the bartenders. It's
No.
yeah, it's a dog. It's and then as you see it, it's not interacting with the bartenders. It's actually talking to someone at the bar. Like it's like leaning down, talking to someone at the bar, and all you see is sort of the opaque, but you know exactly what figure this is as it's standing about 7 feet tall, and the horns sticking up, the wings curled back, and it's like a ghostly, transparent image of someone that looks very familiar. And they're leaning down and talking to a small gnomish man at the bar.
One that I might have seen before.
Mm-hmm.
I nonchalantly take a look over there and be like, man, I can't stand the smell of your fucking cheese in your pockets. I'm gonna have to get up.
Plug your fucking nose.
How about I get some fresh air?
I think that would do.
As he stands up,
And I go ahead and
All this
I'm gonna take
posture.
Aberdeen off and I'm gonna like wait here. I'm gonna follow Goody
Oh.
to have a conversation with Goody out of earshot of everybody else.
Okay.
and I'm probably more or less beeline towards that particular
Yeah.
individual.
So yeah,
And-
you're like beelining towards this individual, and then Thrice like catches up to you because he's much faster than you.
Yeah.
And I'm staring at it. From
Are you
distance.
trying to intercept him before he talks to this person, or are you just lingering until after, or what's your plan?
I mean, if I catch up before,
You do.
I'll like grab his shoulder. Not
You
grab.
will. You will.
tap. I'll be like, Goody, and I don't.
Oh, hey, I thought you were going to be with them.
Yeah. I'm assuming you want another drink. That's fine, but I
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna
would like
stare
to
at him
speak
through
with
the
you about
distance.
something.
Hey, maybe, and I'll hit him on the shoulder. Maybe we can talk about this here in just a few moments. I got a little business deal I'm working out with somebody.
It's actually what I want to talk about.
Okay, well, how about we put this one on the back burner for a moment, and you go hang out with the rest of the people as I go speak with this individual over here.
Sure.
How pressing is this problem, Thrice? Because currently, right now, my number one thought is not you.
I get that. I can see that.
So how about this? In 30 words or less, can we figure out what the fuck our problem is?
How about we do this? You just need, for your business deals, pages, right?
No, I need pages from this book. Moving on.
Right. But I write in the page.
Yeah, anybody can technically write on the page. That's correct.
Perfect.
Right.
I'll do that.
It's about 25 words. Let's keep going.
I can do it now.
You want to do it right now?
Yeah.
I look over to see.
The fourth wall gets broken and he looks at the
Well, first off, I look over to see if that gnome is still being talked to.
What gnome?
Oh no.
I go. I look over there and I look back and go, we have a serious problem on our hands right now, guys. So I'm going to have to ask you some very specific words here.
You want me to go take care of the problem? I can do that real quick.
This isn't a problem you can take care of. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't know.
Okay.
You want to go together? We can go.
I love your cockiness, but we're going to go ahead and figure out what you want.
Perfect.
Because I think I just got fucked right up the ass as hard as possible.
That's
So
not
what
like a
is it?
problem to me.
What is it you
I'm
want?
sorry, what? Yeah.
What is it you want to write in my book?
How much of it do you have to know?
I don't know you know a thing. It's not between me and the book.
Yeah.
The book knows, I do not.
Perfect.
Okay, so here's the thing. I would like to know. Maybe I can facilitate it, but otherwise I don't care.
Perfect.
You're an awfully cocky bastard.
Goody doesn't like anyone.
Not since what I just saw. I take a deep breath and I go, okay. I take out my journal. I rip out a page from it. I close it up and go, this is to make a deal.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would ask you why or what you're about to write in it. But at the same time, I have no bearing on what happens, whether you're not writing it or not. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I take him. I was like, go to the bar because you need something to write on. And I put it down the bar, and I take out a quill and give it to you. And you don't see any ink or anything. You just know. I've described it to you before, like when you scratch, the letters come out like gold or silver or whatever. You go ahead and make a deal. Go ahead.
And it doesn't go into effect until I open it.
I'm gonna seal it up prim and proper with the proper seals. And it won't happen.
I need that on a t-shirt. I'll seal that prim and proper with the proper seals.
And it won't happen until you crack it open. But you know when it happens, it'll all come true. Put whatever the fuck you want in there. I don't care.
Got it. And I'll quickly write, fold it myself, hand it to you.
I take it, seal it up, and you don't even see fire or whatever. The seal just happens to melt into it. I take it back and go, hope it's what you want.
It is.
I give it back to you. You open that up when you need it. That's
Thank
probably, and I say to you, the easiest deal I've ever made.
And it turns out that way. But your other problem?
I look over to see if I can see the gnome anymore, and I take maybe a perception.
Trey, I just sent you a message. You do need to tell me what you wrote.
I know.
You don't have to tell him, but you do need to tell me.
So as he left, I tried to watch that whole thing.
Yeah, was
but
that
I
all
went-
within eye shot of the table?
Yeah, can we see that?
I'm not paying attention at all.
No, they didn't try to hide it.
Okay,
Okay.
so we saw.
And you guys can clearly see the bar. I mentioned that a bunch. So
Okay.
I
I mean,
may
you-
have
you-
seen it when I was glaring
I just want to know
at
if
this
I could see the exchange of paper and envelope.
we'll make it a very easy. Make a perception check, but it'll be a pretty easy check.
Yeah, we're the same.
We like an 8.
I made a 17 to see if the gnome has walked out, like a perception to see if he actually, other than just flat out disappeared, if he like walked anywhere.
Oh, like a general like
Yeah,
investigation.
yeah. No, well, it's
perception?
general perception
Uh,
because he did distract me. So it's
You don't know. You don't see him anymore, but you also haven't seen him since you
did the
left. No, you saw him after the deed, but since you went to your room and then came back, you haven't seen him since.
But I thought he saw him when he was talking at the bar.
Well, I mean,
Also,
I went to the room and came back.
He saw a gnome-shaped figure. He couldn't see space.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know
got
if it
it,
was
got
him.
it, got it.
I mean, I saw who I needed to see. I think.
It was just an 8.
Personal
Okay,
cuddle?
then I saw it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The person you're
If it was an
cuddling?
8, then yeah. Sorry. 8 was the check. So yeah, if you pass that.
I mean, I barely saw it.
So
Oh,
So good.
yeah, so as you guys are seeing this happen, you haven't opened it, right? Okay, so you fold that up. In your head, you hear her voice say, "Thank you," in a whisper as it echoes. And then you hear a deeper voice, which I don't have the tonality to my voice to do, but you hear him say, "Keep going."
Like a
More.
Morgan Freeman kind of deep.
Way deeper.
Or
I
Like
believe
like the
that.
resonance of 9 hells deep.
Oh, okay.
I did you, Papa.
Like yeah. More.
Cool. I like it.
You might
I mean,
see.
I don't like it, but
I would say generally, Goody's pretty even keel on his movements. But for a brief moment, you kind of see him like smack the bar top and. Glad to do business with you, Bryce. I hope you know what the fuck you're doing, man. Not that you would, because I ain't told you goddamn thing. Or God's damn thing. Whatever.
I don't believe in gods, but
Yeah.
I'll go back to the table. If you don't need me.
I was watching the whole time.
I let him go.
That was 2.
At the same time, I like to turn over to the bartender and be like, I like one of your finest drinks possible, please. The most expensive thing you can think of and put it on Thrice or whatever the name. What was the name you gave me?
You put it on mine, which will go to
Yeah.
Gerald's.
Put it on Thrice's tab. It's a cause for celebration. And I mean the most expensive drink you can have.
Ooh, what's that?
Oh,
He's
okay.
gonna find out.
Yeah.
Water.
Talk, come on, baby.
That would be hilarious.
Just
Just water straight from Thalassar.
Pure distilled water.
Yeah, so as he's getting a drink at the bar, you come back and obviously you saw what happened. So
So before anybody says anything, the first thing I'm going to say is, hold on, I gotta look at the name of it. So I found out where your brother's staying. Hollow Ember. It's an inn in town. We can go now.
Okay, yeah.
Or
As soon as I get the drink, I'll be back.
Hollow Ember.
Hollow Ember Inn.
How'd you find that out?
While y'all were taking baths, I hit the streets. I know a few ne'er-do-wells.
what do you mean?
Shocking.
When you're in the city, you unfortunately meet people that don't necessarily like the sunlight. So you find them after dark, and they know more than your normal locals.
How often do you come to the city?
All the time for business, and a man has
After
needs.
dark, what is
Oh.
scary?
A man has needs.
That's what the bathhouse is for.
Which
I
I don't
didn't go
necessarily. I didn't go to the bathhouse.
Maybe
I had
you
a
should
mission.
have.
I had a mission to solve. I have to find where Kaylin is. That's
Fair enough.
I was hoping.
You guys maybe do? Yeah, I was there for that.
Oh, okay. I remember.
I was hoping we could go to bed.
I mean, you don't have to go.
Some of us have been mauled by werewolves a couple of
So is he?
times.
No. No, the second that he got back, he's like, I know where your brother is, let's go.
I see. Okay.
You can stay and sleep. That's
I would
that's
like
fine.
to rest as well.
Well, how about we go to
We're
the
going
inn
to the inn.
where
We
the
can
brother
sleep
is
there.
immensely?
Yeah,
Ah.
technically, it is a
Sleep
sleep.
Yeah,
at
sounds
an
like a
inn,
great
yeah.
idea.
Probably a little more affordable.
If that's what an inn is for. That's what an inn is for,
He
right?
seems
I
to
don't
have
know. We're not
problems.
paying
Yes.
anything here. Thank
I
you,
grew up with
guys.
cats. So
Don't worry, I'm not either.
So as you're at the bar and you're getting your drink, you say you want the most expensive, celebratory drink. And he looks and he says, "Are you sure? This is what you want?"
Yeah, I might need it to celebrate and also to
On his sorrows.
think about a little bit of caution, but it's mostly celebrate. So let's do that.
One moment, I need to get approval. And he steps back, and
Approval.
the woman who was at the front office, like the host that let you in, Sephiroth, she steps over and looks kind of again this judgy bitch. She looks you up and down, and she leans in and just politely taps your shoulder. Says, "Sir, the celestial ambrosia is 3,000 gold. Before you place the order, are you sure?"
Darling, this is not my problem to pay. So go ahead and rack it up.
Damn.
As you wish. And the bartender looks and he gets the nod of approval, and he gets a ladder and he climbs all the way up to the top of this shelf and has to undo an arcane lock. Opens up this bottle of shimmering
It's
blue,
$3,000.
this shimmering bottle of blue and purple liquid. Comes down and then he slides the ladder over, goes up again to a different lock, and it has this special glassware. It's almost like a fluted champagne glass, but a lot shorter. Brings it down, and as he sets it on the table, you see his hands sort of like spinning, like his fingers spinning like this, and he essentially enchants the glass, and it starts to rise and just spin and twirl slightly. There's these kind of moonlight diamond engravings all the way around this glass. The glass itself, and the bartender is of course telling you all of this, not ChatGPT, not me, the bartender. The actual liquid is an elixir that's brewed once a century using the nectar from the Ithris orchids, which we've talked about. That was in some of the other drinks, but this is a very specific nectar, not just from the flowers, but from the actual stem, the root stem of the plant, that is untouched by anyone in Ithris except for this once a century ritual where it's brewed. It's also combined with the dew collected from meteor showers. Fermented and enchanted in crystal casks for decades, the drink shimmers with hues of iridescent blue and silver. Its flavor is said to evoke the very essence of the skies.
Wow.
So the serving glass is a ceremonial glass. It's carved out of windstone and those moonlit diamonds. The actual cocktail is just the straight pour of this liquid. As it hits the glass instantly frosts as it pours. So the drink is inevitably cold. And he serves it to you, pushes it forward as it's still like hovering above the bar top. He just sort of pushes forward, and the glass just slightly twirls in front of you. He says, "Sir, you're a celestial ambrosia."
Cut all the way back to the booth. I'm making a shot glass spin around in the air going. Wake up!
I can't wait to watch that.
Just
back
like
in
way
the-
off in the background.
That's our glizzy guzzler, baby.
Jesus.
So
Could I possibly make an arcana check to see if there's any sort of magical abilities that come out from me drinking this?
Go for it. Or you can ask the bartender. It's up to you.
You know what? Yeah, I mean, it's an 11, but I'll say, like, what kind of things happen if a fellow were to be so keen as to drink all this?
I've only served it once.
What happened to that individual?
I'll let you know after you drink it.
Fuck it, I'm in for a good time.
But your 11 does, it gives you you can tell that it's definitely, it has magic imbued within the liquid, but you don't know what it does.
I'll go ahead and drink it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a drink, or I'm gonna look towards the group and see if Thrice is looking at me at all. If not, whatever. I'll just drink it.
He does, as he pours, kind of pulling back, as he does pour it, this was like the last of this bottle. So he like sets it down, and you have like the last bit of this nectar. Would you like to keep the bottle? I'm sure they would give it to you since they own.
I mean, sure, why not? I'll keep it as a keepsake. As my most recent dealings.
Yeah. I mean, the bottle's probably worth something. Pretty decent amount.
But I take a look back at the group, and I was like, well, here's the business dealings. And I'll drink it.
So, as you drink it, immediately your tongue is just spiked with immense flavor it's like a blend of sweetness, tartness, spice, and it's almost like you can taste the starlight that's imbued inside of this drink. I will say immediately, your wisdom score will permanently go up by 1.
Damn.
Only cost me $3.
That's it.
That's why I went back and
model.
said that it was empty, so that all of you guys didn't try to go get it.
Good thinking.
All right.
But as soon as you like fully drink it, and it gets all the way down your esophagus into your belly, your eyes just open wide and your pupils dilate, and it's almost like your head just goes back and stares up at the sky, and for just a moment, the entire room just sort of goes away. Like it just goes into blackness, and you just see like flames and fire burning, and everything gets hot. Everything gets just scalding hot in here, and you've never felt more comfortable. It's been so cold everywhere you've been. And you look down and you're looking at your hands, and they're not your hands. You look down, and this is not your body. It's so much bigger, so much more powerful. And you look across, and you just see a sea of tens of thousands of archdevils and cambions, and it's just a sea of devils chanting for you. And as you stand up, you hear them all like screech and shout and scream, and you're back. You're looking down at the drink in your hand with this sense of just power that, and the bartender's like, so how was it? Did you have an experience?
Look at him. I go, it was devilish. And then I'll just walk away.
You can keep the bottle.
And I took it away and go, thank you very much.
All right. What happened?
Nothing. I've just been hypothesizing about his
pondering.
character for a while.
Oh, good luck.
Mandy has a theory.
I have a theory.
Good luck.
I'm doing my best here. Okay, I'm just being
No.
immortal.
Hey, I love the theories, but if you know Seamus, you know how complicated his
I
characters can
know.
be. All I'm saying is theorize away.
I won't get it.
No, you might,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's just
I
it's a
assume-
fun and challenging
Yeah.
journey,
I assume the wisdom score just goes up one, not the bonus, like the actual.
depending on what your level is.
Well, yeah, no, it went for 12 to
Yeah.
15.
So yeah, it's not it's
Yeah.
not 2, it's just 1.
I just didn't want to assume.
Nope. Yeah, you get a immediate level.
What, man? You have a problem like that?
I think he's awesome.
He saw a bunch of devils in his kitchen. Park devils.
And they're all like chanting
They're all
his name and
chanting
cheering for him.
towards me. So
Not his name.
Or
Said
they
it
were-
wasn't his body.
They were cheering for the being.
Whoever
that-
he was.
I was
Whoever he
envisioning
was.
whoever I was.
He was seeing himself through the eyes of maybe another. They were cheering.
Yeah, so to finish reading the description of the drink that ChatGPT made, which is where I got the inspiration for that, is essentially it says only patrons with immense wealth or those that have secured a rare favor from the management can order this libation. Each sip is believed to momentarily bestow visions of either forgotten secrets, celestial insights, making it not just a drink but an experience. So
Wow.
sort of
Who am I really?
sort of a fun little thing.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so you guys are gonna head to an inn,
The Ember in Hollow Ember.
Hollow Ember. Let's do a quick like 5-minute break,
Yeah.
and
What
we'll
you
do
doing
that.
over here?
And we can take your dog out.
Yeah.
All right, now we're back.
No!
Yes. So you all leave the sky reach around.
Oh.
No.
Actually,
Actually,
That was a fun place. Sorry, Belle.
I mean, I
Zero
assume
stars.
0 stars.
it's definitely in the evenings.
God, you are the Karen of the group.
I had a really bad dream.
Really bad trip.
Really bad trip.
Sounds
like a you problem.
That's what I'm saying, bitch. So I'm guessing they're following you. because you know
Yeah,
where
we
it's
know
at,
where
I
it's at.
suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, so where it is actually, it's located in the what they call the Ashen Row district of Skyreach. It's here in the market district where most of the inns are. This place is typically the excuse me, the Hollow Ember is typically more of like, if you're to put it on like a star scale of like 5-star being like really high end, kind of like the Skyreach around, versus like an absolute just piss pub like. With being the 1-star, this is probably right there in that 3.5.
All right.
It's not bad. It's not
Sick.
it's not
It's
horrible.
on its
It's
way
not
to being
nice.
a dive bar.
Yeah, you don't know if this used to be really shitty and it's getting better, or
Yeah.
that it used to be really
Really
nice and it's getting
This
worse.
is gentrified
How
dive
many
bar.
minutes?
Yes.
Remember, we'll leave the light on for you.
This is like I cut my own jeans, like so, or I buy the cut jeans when I have to cut my own.
So you guys walk through the streets, and at this time of night, it's kind of fun because there's a lot of street performers. There's lots of entertainers that are trying to get attention and gain coin, and it's kind of a fun, lively, stroll through the city of Skyreach. Upon reaching the Ashen Row, this area is a little bit more run down than some of the other parts, but it still has its charm. It's still nice. There's let's just say there's a couple more like shady alleyways than most of you are comfortable with. Some of you are very comfortable with. But as you get to the Hollow Ember, it is a 4-story inn that takes up a decent amount of real estate on the street. So they probably have a few dozen rooms available for a nightly rate. Upon going inside, just like so many inns in the area, it is a full tavern on the first floor, and then the second, third, and fourth are where they have their sleeping quarters for their guests and patrons. It's up to you guys how you proceed and what you decide to do.
Are you paying for these rooms too?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So I'll get everyone a room.
So,
I'll get our own room.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
so as you walk up, you talk to
babe.
the owner. The owner is not the typical owner bartender. The owner is someone who's kind of walking through, checking on people in the tavern, and you kind of spot the guy. You can kind of tell that it's like exactly.
He's got more flair than anybody
Yeah.
else.
He's a little bit of an older man. He's a human, probably in his mid 50s, early 60s, balding, but really trying to hold on to what's left.
He
Oh.
got the ring on.
Yeah. Yeah. You see him. You go and talk to him. Find out his name is Valen. Nickname is Old Vay, so people will call him Vay. As you approach him, he looks at you and kind of shakes his hand, gives you the old like, "Who am I? Who are you?" And then, how many rooms do you need?
One for each.
1, 2, 4.
Just 7.
1, 2, 4. How many?
7.
7.
Oh, they're together.
Are you two shacking up?
Can there be?
No.
Can there
We need
be?
8.
Well, I don't
We
know
have
if
4
that's
available right now. There was an incident, and so a few of the rooms are cut off right now for cleaning.
I also want to talk about that. What incident?
Well, we have a reputation to withhold, of course.
We'll go back if you'd like.
You think something happened to Kaylin? An incident?
What we'll find out in the back.
You see his eyes sort of widen as you say that. It's like,
As you can see, it's important.
you said, what was the name you said, darling?
Kaylin.
Thank you.
She's gonna always.
It might be best if you follow me.
We're gonna follow him.
We will. But if you have someone that could show them to their rooms, we'll take what you have.
I think we should probably talk first.
Oh, we're gonna get a nice sleep.
And he sits you guys all down at one of the booths that's more secluded in the back.
We're in a corner booth.
Yeah. The biggest
At
one
the
at Chili's.
Chili's.
The biggest one at Chili's. But I like to think that you slid in on one side and you're like, oh, I'm not sitting next to him. So you go on the other side. But then like as you kept sliding in, you're like, oh shit, I can't. And now you guys are right next to each other because everyone's scooted.
Both ignoring each other, like.
So you guys all, you guys all sit down, kind of confused at you want to go to bed? Like, I don't want to have a talk. And he just leans forward and he says, and he looks at you, who said the name. Did you say Kaylin?
She did.
Thank you.
I know.
How do you know this young man?
That's her brother.
Oh, honey.
Oh,
That's why we're here.
why you say oh, honey?
To collect his things?
Well,
No, I'm talking about this. She just like throws up.
nothing good ever.
We're all circular
No, it has to be good.
Sounds to me like
What?
you're dead.
Happened.
Has to.
I know.
You don't collect these and tax things.
Well, we're not really.
Having did shit. I think I'm having a heart attack.
Oh.
That we can't have a reputation for the whole family passing.
No,
away.
no. Other, would you Aberdeen outside?
Everything's
Yep,
No,
go.
don't touch me.
Go.
Don't touch me. I grab her. Arm in arm. Come on. This is not consensual.
Like,
I need to know.
Would you like me to go escort them?
I don't know if you would ease her tensions or not. We'll leave it with Emberlyn.
Okay. Well, I don't know what happened exactly, but we, at least what the authorities have said is he may have been involved with maybe some of the darker magics, and a group of hired assassins, I think, took care of it.
Inside.
Are we there?
Yeah, all of us are.
Yeah,
All of
I
us
thought
are.
you said he went to the-
No.
No, just these two,
Oh.
right?
Oh, I
Wait,
don't
who's
know.
still here?
I thought you said we all
I
sat
mean,
there because they're
I
sitting
took-
next to
I
each
said
other. and-
Emberlyn and Aberdeen out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. These two were gone.
Right, but I
Oh,
thought you
right.
also.
But all of us.
I
All
thought
the
you guys
rest of
all
us
went
are
to the
there.
back.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
We're
so
all there.
I was with it. I was with it. There was a lot of screaming and confusion, but I think we're all here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The halflings are gone.
Yeah, everything's outside.
Most
I'm having
adorable little
problems.
fight.
Yeah.
Dirty
Let
toy.
me go.
Dirty 20. It seems like he's being more transparent than maybe other like tavern and inn owners would be about a murder in their building. He seems to be pretty much blunt, honest. Maybe the fact that a family member is here is why he's being more open. But
As they get dragged off.
yeah, kicking and screaming. Yeah.
Well, do you mind if we have a look?
I mean,
Something of an investigator myself.
yeah, they took the body, but
Who took the body?
The assassins.
No, the guards.
no, the guards.
Where did they take the body to?
You're supposed to know.
Honey, probably just over the edge.
Yikes.
Tell me they just discarded bodies by throwing them over.
They cremate them first, usually, but
That's a quick turnaround. I need the body.
it's been 4 days.
Oh,
5 days.
Days. Plural, okay.
I'm still keeping.
If you'll allow them up to the room, I would like to still continue our conversation.
Yeah, like I said, I have I forgot my old man voice. I only have full rooms.
No.
I'd like to look at
The murder room.
Oh. I don't know if I am allowed to let you up.
Starts passing gold pieces until he
We
starts to
also are
loosen
here
up a little
with the
bit.
family out there.
But the family left.
We're with her.
I would cast.
They get abducted a lot.
Okay.
You don't cast.
He's not even gonna. He's just gonna allow it to happen. He's not even gonna.
Oh.
He's a commoner. He doesn't have a high
Yeah.
save anyway. So he's.
I'd just be like, for the sake of Aberdeen, the family member,
Mm.
maybe we can go see it to help give us some resolution and some closure.
Yeah. You guys don't mind figure out what happened.
We're with them.
We'll take a look.
That was the yarn in the back.
Yeah, you just took them out.
Yeah, I took her.
It is what I do.
And I'll let
Sure.
everyone else go, but I'll stick around to continue talking with him and get the shit.
Yeah.
I would like to stick with him.
Okay. So the four of you
Yes.
all go upstairs, and he says he was in he was in room number 7.
Do we need a key, or is it open?
Yeah, and he like pulls through the key ring. He's like, I hope I don't get in trouble for this, and he hands you the
Thank
key
you.
to room number 7.
We'll be discreet.
Hopefully more than I have been.
And more than Pelly presents right now.
What a moment of self-awareness for this guy.
All right, yeah. Let's go up to 7.
Yeah, this place would be a lot nicer if I was better at discretion. My pockets would be lined with gold.
Oh, we'd be like a cool 4.5 stars instead of 3.
Okay, so it's just the two of you here at the table.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I wish I had more answers.
He didn't tell you what he was like, what they found.
I mean, I've spoken with him. He was polite. You know, he was fine.
Post.
He wasn't as talkative after.
No, physically. How did he die?
They just said he had kind of like bite marks almost. I don't know. The way they described it, they said it was. They said it looked intentionally unnatural. But they left his body in a polite way. They folded his arms over.
I'm gonna hit him with a psychic whispers.
Sonic whispers. Okay.
I'll roll the d6 to see how long this lasts, but
It's gonna be it's an
An
hour.
hour.
It's, yeah. I think it's at least an hour, so probably enough for this conversation.
yeah. And I'll message him there, say it like discretion. I need full discretion.
I don't think, given what we've just done, discretion is a problem.
Perfect. And I'll order drinks from the tavern for the 3 of us. And as I walk over, I'm gonna poison the owners.
Do you tell me that?
Make a
If you're looking at me, you'll see it. I'm not.
Okay.
or you're not hiding it?
Not from them. From the rest of the tavern, probably.
Well, you probably. Oh, well.
You should probably hide it from the guy you're
From
trying to
him.
poison.
Yeah. Well, at the time, well, I'll say this: if you're going to say that to me ahead of time, I would at the time you kind of get the drinks. I'd say just out of curiosity as a distraction. I'm like, was when you say
Yes.
do you say? I go walk on the other side of him and be like, is he?
Sorry, let me turn my chair so I can see better.
The unnatural nature, was it like a slash as if claws were scratching him, or was it just bites like
they said-
fangs digging him, but like dogs attack?
They said that there was one puncture wound in his back and then 2 on his neck, but it was tough. I have to sneeze so bad.
Good.
Oh, fuck you.
Purple elephant. Purple elephant.
We're back.
Oh.
It's gonna come back later harder.
No, yeah. 3 seasons too. And assuming you're done with what you're doing, I go, oh well, that's an oddity. I think we were thinking maybe it's something along the lines of wolves or something got to him, but
No,
we didn't see who it is that assailed these individuals.
they no, there was no trace. They just said it looked peculiar, but it looked professional.
I'll deliver the drinks.
What's that?
I'll deliver the drinks.
And he's like, oh, I don't typically drink while working, but
Understand.
seems to be a heavy
Hard time.
conversation. I think I need it. Cheers, boys.
I Sonic whispers him, is this going to kill this guy?
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This gonna kill this guy.
And he just chugs it down.
I say, how much time do we have? Sonic whispers.
A few minutes. Where are his?
Rude.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Belongings.
Belongings.
Most of them were left in the in the room upstairs.
Yeah,
Oh, Shade. No.
Yeah, I think they left a
Are you okay? You're
just dry,
sweating.
just a little dry mouth.
Maybe
I'll
you'd
be
like
fine.
to take a seat. Relax.
He's looking at the chair he's sitting in. I'm probably fine. Go up with your friends. I'm gonna get some water from the
think
bar.
you're fine. And we'll hang out until it's done.
Sick bastard.
He's like, you like see him like blinking, and he's like,
It's like comically drawn out.
he said it was gonna take a couple minutes. It's like 15 minutes go by, and he's like,
And you're all just sitting there like,
Yeah.
Does anybody know a
Is
healer?
it hot and cold in here to you?
No, I mean sometimes the world is just fluctuating with temperatures, and maybe there's a draft.
I'm dizzy. I'm dizzy. I'm dizzy. I'm dizzy.
I hope he's saying that too.
That could certainly be a byproduct of having too much to drink, is what I'm thinking. Isn't that right, Thrice?
Yeah, sure.
And he takes like a glass of water, and it's just like he looks like he's gonna drink it, and he just throws it on his face. So another 15 minutes go by.
Is anybody else in this bar like looking at him?
Oh yeah, at this point it's a full spectacle.
I'm acting overly caring about taking care of him. Like, are you okay? You know, a true performance.
If you need you need a performance, Psionic Whispers, I can distract the shit out of this bar for you.
No.
Okay.
You should probably visit your friends. And then you just see his like eyes slowly close. He's like, you should see your friends. And his face.
I'm gonna immediately
Try to catch him.
medicine check the pulse.
Oh, that is up.
Yeah, no. Somebody call somebody. This guy's been killed. And I'm gonna take the glass, and I'm gonna look at the barkeep. You poisoned him, didn't you?
Barkeep's like, huh?
This glass has been poisoned. And
That's
I'm gonna
not good.
immediately cast blame to the barkeep.
Cast blame.
Cast blame, yeah.
I don't think that's a spell.
I don't know if spells are level 3.
I totally thought he was casting a spell.
I
Like,
said blade. And that's what I thought too. Don't die.
I can cast blade. You should know that.
It's like the opposite of charms, like blames. He's like, everyone, this guy did it. The bartender's like, wait, is he dead?
Obviously, you poisoned him.
I
Why do that?
use thaumaturgy and I go, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen of this establishment, put down your drinks as quickly as possible. This bartender is murdering everybody in this room.
What? My oldest friend just died, now I'm getting blamed?
Well, nobody else is serving drinks.
That's fair.
Oh,
And he's looking down and he's like, did I? He's like checking all the bottles. He's like, I don't even know what would have done it.
I'm gonna start telling people to go get guards.
I'd say, listen here, I'd probably run if it was me in your position. This man just
Well,
died.
I want to
can
figure out.
drink.
I don't want to. What if I poisoned other people and didn't know it?
It doesn't matter. The guards are coming for you.
Oh my god, he poisoned other people at Patron.
Actually, you know what I was just about to do was drink my drink, like,
In about 15 to 30 minutes, you're fucked.
yeah.
He's like, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. If I did it, I need to hold myself accountable. I want to know what I could have done. He's like, I don't want to do it again. No more drinks because of these guys.
I'm gonna go over to him and like start as if I was keeping him where he was at, physically pushing him against the bar. He's not resisting, but while I'm doing that,
After he made his like announcement that he was not leaving, like I'm gonna hold him here.
yeah, well, yeah.
Quit
So
trying to
I'm
leave.
gonna like as if I'm not gonna let him do anything. I'm gonna
Yeah, like-
slip the vial in his pocket.
Oh, make a sleight of hand. Yeah.
I'd like to say I'm distracting everybody to leave. Get on out.
We're already gone.
Well,
Oh,
hopefully-
Oh yeah, you
hopefully
guys
see a
hear the
Russian
commotion of them all yelling.
Yeah, we're just at the bar. We're just like, what?
I mean, everyone. You guys hear it from upstairs too. 22.
Damn.
If I fail, let me know. I'll add a d6.
If I need a performance check for everybody to get the hell out of here.
No. 22 is good. Yeah, you slide it in.
Nice.
Nice,
I mean,
nice.
you could have done that at the brothel.
Yeah.
No need.
Bathhouse. Bathhouse.
Okay. Fair play.
I'm investigating the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we hear exactly
We were
what's going on?
shouting.
You would have
Like-
definitely heard him say he's poisoning.
Yeah,
people.
because I'm sure you saw it. Made my
They did- they did.
I'm
Yeah.
wondering if it's 15 to 30 minutes later when all this
That's
is going down, we may be done already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys go upstairs and you see the room, and there is a lot of blood, like a decent amount of blood.
Probably
There's-
a person.
Yeah, yeah, on the walls, the floor, the
That's
bed, all over. You do notice that there are boot and handprints on the windowsill that are covered, sort of like where the blood had splattered and someone had like grabbed. You also notice there's a spot well, actually, you don't notice this yet. Someone make an investigation check. This one might require some doing.
I have a +4.
You want to help? I mean, I got a +4.
I can help too. I can do.
Why don't you guys all just roll and
Less.
see who can see what?
All right.
I got a 19.
19, pretty good. I've seen better. But.
I don't have a plus.
Tried.
Oh shit!
So,
That's a good roll.
Nice little
Sorry,
half
my
He sees
shit
everything,
just
I guess.
restarted on me.
What'd you see? What'd you get?
I didn't get anything.
You got a 0?
No.
I think someone died in this room.
Yeah, 13.
there was a
I
person.
I think
in this
someone
room
was
at some
hurt.
time.
Wait, so 19 was the best?
Yeah.
Lucky if he survived, he ain't got much love left.
So after some decent looking around, you're in kind of investigating like where the splatter came from and where the person was sitting. There is a spot on the wall that clearly someone has not clearly to the three of you, but to you, clearly someone
Shut up.
leaned up against the wall and slid down and fell down. And so there's smear marks on the wall from that. So you don't know if it was part of the fighting or but someone was definitely up against this wall. But that's
Was there drag marks then to the bed?
nope. Just
What about the personal effects?
so you see most of it has been collected into kind of a evidence bin.
I want to rifle through it.
Yeah, it's a bunch of documents, kind of about different spells and things that are all pretty common for most spellcasters, but level 3, level 5 sort of not scrolls, but just ideas for spells that we all know are actually out there, but he's experimenting with.
Is there journals or anything?
No, there are a couple of interesting looking kind of bronze circular oval-esque bronze medallions that sort of have the etching and carved eye onto it,
How many of
an
those?
eyeball. There's 3 of those,
Okay.
and they're each of them are in the same all of them are identical, same size, same weight, same look, except one of the eyes has a purple kind of stain into it, and the rest are all just solid bronze. Or the other 2 were solid
I'm gonna
bronze.
pocket those.
Well, do I see you messing with those?
I don't know. Your investigation for shit.
Mine was a 13.
I would like to
I
talk to you
probably-
about that.
I would assume-
Yeah, mine was a
With it.
15.
I would assume everyone who was in the room,
Yeah.
whenever you started going
Yeah,
through
you
the
pull it
evidence
out.
bin, I'm assuming everyone's oh, let's check that out. I doubt if you whipped out the evidence bin, people would be like,
Yeah, you ain't trying to keep secrets from us.
I wasn't trying to give zeros, but I do want to take the purple one and put that away.
not trying to keep secrets, but I secretly want to put
No,
this.
that one. Maybe blatantly that one's
Yeah.
going in the bag.
Ooh, it's colorful.
Yeah.
Fair.
Does the bronze one look like the brass one that I'm looking for?
Bro, are you using brass?
sorry, say that again?
You said a bronze. You had a bronze eye. Looks like an eye.
Huh, they do look pretty similar to the eye of what is it, Nethara?
After
Yeah, it looks pretty similar.
Interesting.
It's like
it's a purposeful fake or something.
No, that eye is an entire piece.
Yeah.
No, not a fake, but definitely a replica, in its image. It's not trying to mimic it, but it's trying to. It definitely looks very, very similar.
And so you said there was a bunch of papers about spells.
Yeah.
Are they spell scrolls or just
No,
No.
specifically not scrolls. The way I'm thinking of it is he.
research?
So you guys, the 4 of you guys up here don't know anything about her brother. So if either Aberdeen or Thrice were up there, I could be giving you more information. But as of right now, it just looks like random, here's a cool ideas for spells. But again, you as the D&D player would know these are all spell. Like that's the shatter spell. Like that's the
Yeah.
like that's Featherfall. Like, but they're like, it's like imagine if there was a spell that would allow you to like be almost weightless as you fall. You know, like it's stuff like that. But they're not actually scrolls; they're just ideas.
I want to see if there's any kind of iconography that reminds me of any of the institutions from Noir, or if it's got any of like Ithriel's work on it, which is Mr. Three-Eye Guy. Like if he's been talking to someone or getting in anyone's head, and this like mentions him.
And throughout the notes, you don't see that name. You don't see anything about Noir or the Ebon Council or anything Thalassarian at all. You do see many references to many times throughout these notes. You see where Kaelin wrote the phrase, "My patron, the seer."
Do you know Seer?
Dude, what is this? What is happening?
The crinkling is her back here.
Oh, it's the dog.
I'll be honest with you.
No. I thought it was the fan doing something, and I was like, all right, what is it hitting?
I thought it was breaking his chair slowly. And I'm like, what is going on?
Because she's like playing with it so gently that it's like just a little
She
bit.
started
Little
to tweet. I was like, "Don't do that." And she
No,
like,
that's fine. She can do that. I
I
thought it was like a bag or something. I'm like, no one's reacting to this. Am I crazy?
Yeah, I definitely was like, what is going on?
Okay, sorry. Back to the
What
action.
it sounds like.
It's a title of council member.
No, it sounds like Ithriel's finding followers to help him with his work.
Is there? Can I do another investigation or perception to see if anything was hidden in this room under the mattress, my bookshelves, like stashed by Kaelin? Or if he was attacked and he's
Here's the problem. You already did an investigation check in this room.
Yeah.
or take 20, I guess, take about 20 minutes to search it, like thoroughly turn it over.
I'm gonna go shout at a shitty tiefling I know.
What's that?
I'm gonna go shout at a shitty tiefling.
Oh. Fair enough. Yeah, good call. Yeah, you can.
Are you still preventing me from coming inside at this point?
No, we would have gone after we heard the commotion.
Okay, before you guys do that, you don't see anything. Nothing seems to be
Quit
hidden.
stepping on that.
Sorry, it's just a
Nothing
squeaky
seems to
pipe.
be hidden. It seems like the investigators or the guard or whoever came in here, they already kind of like emptied out all the drawers, the closets, everything's gone. There's just a couple of these like belongings that were clearly being left for another person to come look through, potentially a family member or someone they were trying to contact. Probably. But nothing seems to be hidden or,
And you said there's a handprint and a footprint at the window. Right?
yeah, smeared in the blood, yeah.
Is there any blood? Like, where does the window go to?
The street.
Like, behind the street? Is it an alleyway? Is it like another building?
The front, yeah. The front of
Oh,
the
so
street.
it leads out to the front.
Mhm.
I would like to.
Are they still up front?
I mean, at this point, yeah, they're still outside because they haven't started yelling yet.
I'd be like, hey.
I mean, you guys have a good amount of time before it kicks in.
Yeah.
I need you to answer some questions about your brother for me.
Good timing.
I would
Why are
like
you yelling
to
at us?
go out of
Yeah, you just see the top of my head poking out of a window.
using his head as leverage. I would like to jump out the window.
Cut.
You're gonna jump out the window?
Yeah, and fly, and I want to see if any of the surrounding buildings have blood prints on top of them.
This bartender's killing people.
We hear.
Okay, this will be a fresh investigation check then.
10.
You do not see any sort of footprints or handprints once it's left the building.
Okay. Alright, then I'll go back and
Change your sandals.
So if somebody took off from this window, right? Somebody hand, like I just did to you, foot, and there's no blood prints down there, there's no blood prints around, that means they can do what I can do. That's all.
What I would gather, yes.
So, but if your seer is the brass man, is
Does the eye look the same?
It looks similar, yes. It's
But he's
less.
not-
It's less ornate, but it is resembling
He's an all-powerful mage,
the
right?
eye that I'm looking for. Yeah. Yes.
So does he need to fly out of this room rather than just disappear? Or does he actually need to touch somebody to kill them?
As far as I know, he's fully capable of killing people from a distance.
What would be the reason to make other ones?
Fakes. Like yourself.
Well, I mean, he has a thirst for power, so I would assume that many hands make light work, whatever it is he's trying to do. I mean, he had the whole collegiate at his disposal whenever he was back in Evershade, but I thought he was on the run. I didn't think he would set up shop long enough to get followers. I need to talk to Aberdeen and see if she knows anything
You
about
can
this.
talk to Thrice.
Yeah, we also need to talk to Thrice. Who do we know that's on the nose, pretty good at killing people, and can fly?
I've never seen it fly.
Lots of falling.
Lots of falling, yeah.
You haven't seen him
You haven't even seen
You
him kill
would
anybody.
that nice.
Yeah.
What?
So you haven't even seen him.
That's into the eyes, right?
I pegged you for murder the moment I met you.
Did he
Technically,
That would be
Mm.
a closeness.
technically, I'm the only one. I've killed somebody before you know.
Yeah.
As far as you know.
So,
I know.
I'm a murderer.
do we need to talk to the next one in? This one?
Oh, I guess he left, didn't he?
I don't know.
He did.
Well, it's 4 days.
I don't know.
You know, I need
He
to.
left the
I need
We're at
to
the
ask
bathhouse.
that bartender. I need to ask
Murderer.
the owner some questions.
4
too.
days ago?
Yeah.
I don't think you
Oh.
do.
No, I think he did.
Yeah, I need to ask the owner some questions. This bartender's poisoning me. What's going on? I really need to ask the owner some questions.
So you guys go back downstairs, and around this time you hear the commotion of you see you see Thrice pinning the bartender up against the wall.
We were
You-
going for 10 minutes.
Yeah, and you guys hear well then you're
You
back
were
before
getting
then.
probably-
No.
How long were we gone?
It was like
30.
It was like 30 minutes.
We were gone for
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Just for the comedy of it, we'll say you get back right as he's pinning him up against the bar, and the people are being like shouted at to escape by Goody.
Well,
And
he
you see
pulled us aggro.
on the table where you guys
You
left the
alright?
guy
Where's
just
the problem?
head down, just
I'm gonna go smack him. Hey, I needed to ask him some questions. What happened?
He was poisoned by the bartender, and at that point, I'm gonna pretend like he's pushed back, and we're gonna fall behind the bar. Then I'm gonna kill him. While screaming, he's resisting!
He's got a gun.
make a performance check. Actually, this one seems performative. See if we can pull this off.
Could I inspire him?
He already has inspiration from your
that's
song
true.
earlier.
You can add a d6 if you'd like to.
Are we all inspired?
Yeah, because the song earlier inspires all.
Oh my god.
All right.
Tell me, does a 16 pass?
Pass. Yeah.
Perfect. Then I won't use my other thing.
That was so funny.
Well, yeah, no, that passes. Because my passive insight's 10, but I guess it was resist. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah. So you guys all watch as there's a wrestling in behind the counter, and
I hear it.
the bartender very obviously pushes and resists against Thrice, and Thrice bravely, as he falls back, is able to draw his dagger and or psionically draw his dagger and stab as he falls. And yells, "He was resisting!" As you just see the bartenders, like the life fades from his eyes.
I'm not gonna push him off. I'm gonna let him lay.
Oh no!
Somebody get him off me!
No one moves.
I'm just yelling it.
There's in a panic.
I'll pull him off him.
The dead owner stands up. He's like, "I got it."
Okay.
5 stars. 5 stars.
With that level of performance, yes.
Yeah.
I thought you said that we were the ones causing issues. Now we have a dead owner. You just killed the bartender.
The bartender poisoned the owner. We found it in the glass.
Why?
I don't know. My theory is the bartender's in on whatever happened to Caleb. What did y'all find?
I don't see these papers.
I don't. What are they?
I don't read.
I'm not here.
No, you came back. They came back. You guys
Oh,
are back.
I'm in?
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, you can.
We'll say you guys came back as everyone rushed outside. You guys
That's
all.
what
Have-
came back as I was
If you don't
Have
believe
you or her seen these before? The brass eye or whatever.
Only
Have I?
on the guy.
Do you know?
But it looks
Well, you
like-
have seen it. You have seen it, but it was on the.
It was on the
forehead.
guy's
Yeah,
forehead.
of
That's-
Ethereal.
Do you know a seer?
No, we
Does
live
your
in the
brother have a
farm.
patron?
You know that your brother was practicing the arts of the warlock magic, so that's why he left home was to practice.
I mean, does anybody?
Yeah.
Any of us recognize the word seer?
My brother was a warlock.
Apparently, Kalen was a warlock.
Do you know
Probably
a seer?
dating
Well,
with
I mean, but you have a
We
deity called the seer.
Would have no idea.
or being powerful
He-
enough to be the seer.
My brother's a good man. He
Listen,
would never hurt anyone.
anybody
He
dealing
didn't
with the
hurt
dark
anyone.
arts
If
and
you
being a
get-
warlock is dangerous.
Very true.
I don't know. I wouldn't say someone is just immediately
Aberdeen,
dangerous
it
to warlock.
looks like the bartender killed your brother,
With a candlestick.
and the owner
Sorry.
was blabbing too much. So we poisoned him.
Yeah, what did he say to you guys?
He was telling us everything. He was telling us that, they found him stabbed 3 times. That he was put back comfortably, would you say? What was the word he used?
Yeah, he said something about him being there, and he was stabbed 3 times.
Just politely.
And I'm gonna go
It
over
was politely.
Politely.
resting. So. And if I've made so as to go behind the bar, I guess are you there? Because you pulled him up.
I would have pulled him off and like stepped back.
Knowing what I know that Thrice did, I'm gonna be like, listen, let's check him, and I'll pull out the vial.
The crowd gasped from outside the door.
I pull out the vial from the bartender and go, look at it. Smells like poison to me.
You smell You smell like poison.
You know what
You don't?
it smells like? No, I live on a farm.
I'm trying to deceive
I'll
you.
grab the vial.
So
Why would they murder my wonderful brother?
the guards and investigators think he was in league with some dark people.
No,
And
he would
assassin-
never.
He might not have, but the people he was in league with could have. And they hired assassins. They hired assassins, probably. Kalen was a good guy whenever he was around.
Yes, he's the best guy.
Damn.
Well,
when he was
second best guy, but
who's first, you
me,
know?
obviously. I'm sorry.
He's not dead. He can't be dead. We haven't seen the body. Maybe they're wrong.
We
If
can ask the
only there was
guards.
a person I could ask a question to.
There's enough blood up in that room.
Can you,
When the guards get
speak
talk
with
to them.
dead?
No. But if the
Dawn.
gods took the body, maybe. I mean, I
Maybe,
guess if they tossed
maybe
it
the
over
guy's
cliff.
okay.
I'm gonna go to the
Go
dead body and see if I can
investigate.
bring
Which
him
one?
out.
The owner?
The owner. The owner.
He's not okay.
Can I try to spare the dying?
I'm gonna.
Too late for that.
I'm gonna.
Penny, what's her
No.
reaction?
Don't do it.
But he's already dead.
He knows
Yeah,
too
it would have
much.
worked if you were there whenever he was being poisoned or like choking for 30 minutes.
Can I go through his pockets?
Yeah, that seems appropriate.
Yeah, you heard. What is up with you guys?
Can I?
Why
There's
am
still
I
a
here
crowd.
with
There's
y'all?
still a crowd at the door, by the way.
That's
watching.
fine.
I'm gonna go to the front. Like, can everyone move? And I'm gonna try and look at the ground and see if there's any droplets of blood. Because he looked up on the roofs and stuff. But I'm imagining if our dead man absconded through a window, there might be some dried blood on the ground or something like that.
Sure. Yeah. So you
Did
start
that blood look days old, or did that blood look relatively fresh?
a couple days, few days, probably like 4 or 5 days.
Crusty.
So I'm gonna see if there's any kind of like dried blood on the ground or something like that. I mean, it's been a few days, but
How long have we been here? About 29 minutes.
I would
We've
say
killed 2 men and distracted the
36
entire
minutes.
Yeah.
At
No,
this.
I meant when we got to.
Sky Reach.
One day.
Probably like
That was this
maybe-
morning.
Maybe,
You guys were
maybe 8 hours.
We wreak havoc wherever we go.
Sounds
Might
about
have
right
been
for a
24
TV party.
hours.
While he's investigating, I'll just say, Aberdeen, listen, your other brother, ended up being a werewolf, and you might have to face reality that the other brother, who you're not really related to, but anyways, could have possibly been an evil warlock. Is what I'm saying.
We don't
You gotta understand this.
we don't know, and we won't.
We do know. I know.
Well,
I know my brother.
What I
Just
mean
to
is,
upset
we
her.
he doesn't know your brother.
He
Let's
doesn't.
do
I
that.
know.
Yeah, I know you know your brother, and we won't speak ill of the dead. But
I like her
We
brother.
don't know if he's dead. Stop saying that. We don't
She
know.
took the
Well,
words right out of her
they
mouth.
said that he threw his body
Maybe they were
over.
wrong.
Well, he cremated him, and then they probably threw his.
Oh, I
dust.
think
we'll
he
talk
was
to the
hurt.
guards.
Maybe
Sure.
he was wrong. Maybe it wasn't my brother. Maybe it was somebody else.
We still have to sign.
No,
up
I
this
think he
one.
has died, but he,
Could I ask you
he
to
could
sign?
be out there somewhere still.
Can I ask you to sign whispers? Are we going to tell him about the bite? The stab in the back and the 2 bites?
Just
Yeah,
say you
bite.
stabbed 3 times.
just a no.
Is there a guard out in the street?
We'll be soon.
And
We
I'm
should leave.
telling Aberdeen over and over. We'll talk to the guard. We'll see what happened. We got to tell them what happened here.
She just like starts running upstairs to try to see.
I'm not gonna let that happen. She's gonna run in air.
Did you grab the
I'm
evidence
gonna-
box?
I'm gonna.
I
Lean,
grabbed everything in the box. Yeah.
I'm gonna lean over to
Why are you
my
giving
little
her?
people that were in the room with me. Should I keep this key or should I put it back in the?
I'm rifling through his pockets as we speak.
Yeah, you see a key ring with like 4 or 5 other keys on it.
Like,
Is there
should
one
I
that's-
keep this? I don't want.
Excuse me.
Okay. All right. He puts the key back on the key ring that he's rifling through. And
Is
we'll
there
keep
one
it.
for his like office? Does he have an office?
I didn't want to be
guess?
caught.
I mean, they're not labeled, but there's like 5 or 6 keys on there. You can try them.
I imagine there's at least 7. 'Cause I got room 7.
Yeah, but some of the patrons have the keys
I don't know what
that
you're
are in the
talking
rooms.
But we don't know if the adjoining rooms were like blocked off or if they
about.
were.
Oh right, yeah, some of them are blocked off.
Usually just put your finger up.
Was it just
Is
one
there?
room?
Do all the keys look the same, or is there like a more important looking one?
They all look the same.
Just start
Let's try
trying
it.
them all.
Let's try it.
Will you fly up there and look at the windows and see if the rooms are bloody too?
I can do that.
Hold on. Okay, what do you want to do?
I want to, like, as they're talking, I want to sneakily go away to the room. I rolled a 13.
Go away to what?
Go up to the room and look. Take a look.
Okay. Yeah, you can make a stealth check to see if you can escape.
13.
You guys are pretty distracted. Maybe you guys kind of notice her like walk up the stairs. The bigger problem is it's locked
The
and she
key.
just put the key in his pocket.
Oh.
Do you have? Can you pick locks? Do you have a lock picking kit?
I have I'm a carpenter's kit.
You could probably go
You can
ask.
build around it.
I was gonna say, you could probably go ask him to get the key off
I have
again.
carpenter's tool, like, carpenter's kit, and you're
Yeah, not gonna help you break into something.
got fired.
Not quietly.
Not quietly.
We got
Yeah, you
fired.
could burn the door down.
I burned the door.
It take a while.
She
Sure.
could.
You sure can.
Oh, we're gonna set this in on fire.
Oh.
I would like to go.
What do you want to do?
Find his office.
Your magical fire would burn through that door very quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this
And the
flame
rest of
and
the.
Fuck me.
put it on the door.
Okay.
The hinges and kick it.
The
Yeah, just like just door.
so as you produce flame, the doors immediately just wreath in flame. It just lights and just turns to a quick ash as it falls down. The flame, however, does catch other parts of the door frame, and it starts to spread rapidly to the ceiling
Hold on, I got the water thing.
and across the walls.
Can you put them out?
No.
With water.
I have water. Hold on, I gotta get
It's
it.
Ember. She's
I have like shit.
You think that you'd be able to control the
Create or
flame?
destroy water.
Mm-hmm. How much? It's now spreading down the hallway.
I can up to 10 gallons of clean water.
No, we haven't
Okay,
taken a long rest because we're not.
Can you create the
good
fire
for
and
hit
then
points.
immediately
We were
does?
supposed to be
Yeah,
taking.
do a short rest,
fire
though.
We were
and
supposed to
Yeah,
be sleeping
yeah,
in
that's
this
fine.
inn,
Yeah, that's
and then
fine.
someone decided to poison everybody and kill them, and now we're burning the
That
place
damn
down.
bartender.
No, you're not. You're not.
Dude, what a
She can produce water. So essentially, as soon as the
Oh my god.
the frame starts to catch, she just goes shh, and it steams
Okay.
out. So you're fine.
Is there still enough rooms for us to sleep in tonight?
There was and still is 4 available.
Okay, good.
I mean, let's be honest. Let's not be here when the guard show up.
No, I'm looking
I
for
just
guys.
want to go to bed.
I need to talk to the guards. I need my
Yeah.
brother's body.
Well, we will. We will.
They said they dumped him over the edge.
Well, they
They
said
don't
they
Most
know
did.
likely.
that.
I
Most
don't.
likely.
I don't know that.
Most likely.
I don't know.
If you guys would like to go I can handle this with Aberdeen, and there's no need for y'all to still be here. You guys
Well,
got your.
apparently, people keep dying when we leave, so I think
I
that's
thought we were the
fair.
ones
That's
causing
your
havoc.
call. I'm just gonna tell the guard what happened.
This just connected her brother to what we're trying to do in the first place.
Well, you guys were connected to two brothers.
Right?
Yes.
So we're not leaving.
That's fine. We just have to learn what happened to the body.
Oh, please.
I'm in there.
Yeah, you're upstairs.
Hmm.
I guess
We need the body.
I was surprised.
I understand.
We may
Let's
need
see
to
what we
ask the
can do.
gods for that.
Mhm.
We might just have to take his effects, which is in that box. Would you like to go through it?
Everything minus the purple coin.
Everything
what are
minus
you
the
doing
coin.
up
I'm investigating.
Did you say that out loud?
See what.
That's for your
anything that
purposes.
was- what happened to her brother, to the man we're looking for.
Okay.
Um,
Make an investigation check.
kind of what happened in general.
That's good, baby.
Based on the blood splatter on the wall, we
Yeah,
can
if
predict
it's over 19, you might get more details. If it's under, then
Oh,
I've been
they've
watching
already
Bone.
discovered it.
You're smart enough you can determine exactly what hand stabbed that was.
Yeah.
Fine.
Natural 2010.
It's a cold case file.
It's got a set of
She's
bones.
gonna be a Dexter.
Oh god.
Blood splatter, especially.
Nope, 13.
No. Okay. So you're able to pick up on a lot of what they were able to see, but you don't notice. I'm gonna tell you what you don't see. You don't see the thing on the wall with the smudges of where someone was plastered up against it. Okay, but at least you can say you looked for yourself. You guys downstairs. After a few moments, the guards do show up.
Well, hold on. I get the effects. I want to go through that and go through my brother's things.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
just handed them to me.
Yeah, you see all the things that I described earlier.
Yeah.
The booklets of papers, handwritten notes. There's 2 bronze eyes in there.
Yeah.
I have one of those.
You have one.
I have
There's
one.
one
no
bronze.
one.
There's one bronze eye in there.
There's no purple coin.
Wow, y'all are being really sneaky with my brother's things.
I took it upstairs and
Your bestie is being real sneaky as well.
Yeah, I don't want to hear anything about being
I'm saying this right now. Your
That's
bestie.
player,
I'm
that's
saying this
player,
right now.
okay.
Your bestie killed your brother.
That's
So-
what we think.
Go ahead and throw that out right now. Because
hear
why would
it.
he murder everyone else when we got there?
He was with me 4 days ago.
Mm.
That's what you think.
He did some weird stuff
And I
at night.
hate that my character believes every word he says. Like for all Volter knows, we showed up to like a hive of scum and villainy the moment we got here. He just saved the day.
Because you're a
He
hero.
literally just saved the day.
The hero within. So a few moments pass. You go through some of the belongings of your brother. You do confirm that does look like his handwriting. It's definitely his. The guards show up,
Is there
pushing
any-
through the crowd. Sorry, what?
Sorry. Is there any like dates on it of like to confirm he probably died about 4 days ago, anything like that?
No. The confirmation was probably the body.
Okay. No, that's fair.
That we
That's
don't
fair.
have, yeah.
No, I wasn't sassy. Like they confirmed it whenever they realized there was a dead body.
It was the. Can you kind of reiterate it just real quick?
I don't
The
think I
last
saw a body.
note or whatever he took. You know,
Oh.
what was like the last thing he written? Words.
What he wrote.
Writ.
The last thing he wrote was probably.
No, definitely not that.
You know what? We'll say it was probably like he was starting to write a letter to his patron, the seer, and it just says something along the lines of, "I'm getting close. We're on the right track." Something sort of like that.
Interesting.
I'm gonna need you to chat GBT me all these documents for later shit.
Me too.
You and I would both be surprised.
Let's find out what he said.
I'll find out together.
It's definitely that. It's something along those lines, but with some more like
More details.
flowery language.
Flowery. He's a poet. I didn't even know it.
Kinda. But yep, the guards show up. These are just sort of the typical sky wardens of Skyreach. So they come in with their leather armor, their pole staffs. They're looking at everybody just very accusatory of every single one of you right now. and they walk in and they see, like, they're hearing the murmurs of the crowd. And they're like, okay. What happened? What happened?
I am covered in blood.
From who?
Well,
From the
Oh, from the yeah.
He walks up to the guard. I am covered in blood.
This is exactly what it looks like.
well,
And so he's gonna see you, and he's gonna be like, "What's going on? What happened?"
We came. We were looking for
Wrong place.
Kaylin.
3 rounds over there, brother.
We were looking for a man named Kaylin,
Mm-hmm.
Aberdeen's brother. When we got here, the owner started to tell us what happened.
Sure.
He was pretty loose-lipped. The rest of my friends went to go look at the room. He had provided us the key.
Do you have the key?
I can verify there's no coercion whatsoever.
I promise, son, there was no
Why that word? Why that specific word?
Because I got a really good deception and
Oh my god!
So,
a persuasion round.
You gotta make a deception check.
No. This is persuasion. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Is it? You're
What?
persuading that your truth is
No.
correct when there was, in fact, coercion to poison him.
Well, no, we coerced to poison him, but he gave that to us willingly.
What?
Is that part?
She gave us the
Yeah,
key.
yeah,
when
yeah.
we went to
Yeah.
investigate.
Oh, sure, but all
Well,
you
that's
said was
what
there's
you
no
chose.
coercion.
Okay, well, either way, it's a 20.
Okay, you're good. You're good. I was like, I don't think the guard cares that he gave you the key. He cares who killed him.
if I can continue.
Go ahead.
So,
That was
as my friends were looking at the room, I had Aberdeen escorted outside by Evelyn.
That's just right now.
And-
Charming.
Me and my bardic friend here.
My name's Goods and Goodall.
Goodson Goodall.
Okay,
Yes.
leave the
call
name.
me-
Leave the names out of it. That's
It's Goodson
unimportant.
or Goody.
I don't care.
Okay, well,
What happened?
We continue to talk with the. Oh, I know Aberdeen. Just go look at the stuff.
I'm going to go ahead and go towards Aberdeen and consult.
I wouldn't. You're gonna make this worse. We continued to talk to the owner. I went and ordered drinks. We came over and he had been poisoned. It took. How long was he coughing?
I mean, he was given a few good minutes, maybe 5, 10. He seemed like he was struggling as he was communicating.
Yeah, and then I went and restrained the bartender, assuming
Why the bartender?
he'd given us the drinks.
Did he hand the drink directly? And he's gonna look to you. Did he hand the drink directly to the table, the bartender, or was there another step? Was there like a server or somebody involved?
My recollection is the bartender came over and handed us our 2 drinks and then placed one in front of the owner himself.
Okay, I believe him.
Yeah. So after restraining him, everybody got out. We didn't want anybody else to be poisoned. We didn't know what was going on. And as soon as my compatrons all came back, he resisted, fell back on top of me, and unfortunately I had to defend myself. That's where this blood came from.
I saw that. I also saw Goodson find a vial of poison on the bartender.
Was that Bob?
Right here.
Smells like poison.
Smells like poison.
That is
I
exactly.
mean, I only saw the last few moments of the altercation, but
That's all good. You can stop talking.
everything they're saying
And he
makes sense.
and he looks at this and then he waves forward another guard, and this is a guard woman. She's actually dressed not in the armor, but it's still leathered armor, but not nearly as bulky and battle ready. It's more like ceremonial. And she walks up and he says, "Alaris, can you look at this?" And she takes it and then puts some on her finger, and she's looking at all of you. And she looks, she's like inquisitively staring at everyone.
Please don't look at the little one. We also.
Huh? You.
Yes.
Are you familiar with the decay?
The only real thing I know about decay is potentially the illness of loss, but not.
You. Are you familiar with decay?
Like a body rotting, or
She looks at the other guard, and she just taps him on the shoulder twice, and she turns and walks away. Before, like in the middle of your sentence, she turns and walks away. The guard then looks at all of you. He says, "I'm gonna need you all to stay right here."
Do anything.
Okay. Do something. I'd just like to put my hands in my pockets.
Keep your hands where I can see them, all of you.
What is coming?
You've been marked. You will stay here.
Can I roll a history check on the decay?
You can.
I'm gonna walk by.
The guy from the cave halfway across the
Yeah,
road
I don't
probably
know,
hasn't
I'm
heard of
trying.
it, but you can try.
No.
Well, I mean, is it possible we could all figure out what it is?
Sure. Sure.
What kind
What
of
is it? A
check is
history
this?
check?
It'll be history, yeah.
I mean, I read a lot in the game. This is experience social shit.
This is all social shit.
Okay.
11.
This is,
I got
nothing's
an
written about them
18.
in books.
Okay, that's
I got
great.
an
Like, I was very
18?
studious.
Okay.
Yeah, 19.
19? Okay.
Like, I was very studious, but it wasn't, it was like, you're not allowed to go outside.
Yeah. No.
Don't look at me.
Did you roll?
Yeah, but it's my.
That's okay. I don't know if you're saying don't look at me as like don't look at me because I'm Aberdeen or don't look at me.
All the above.
Um.
I'm emotionally distressed. I don't remember shit right now.
So you got a
I
19,
got a 19.
and then what did you have? 18.
18.
You do have
The
some inspiration.
the two of you both kind of know in passing that the decay is it's sort of a name whispered in the shadows of like an assassin's guild.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't know that.
That's all you know.
Well, they didn't have.
It's almost like you were one number away from getting a lot more info.
Son of a bitch.
Maybe an
Damn it.
inspiration.
Someone remember to use it.
I can do it, but
Too
it's
late.
probably
It's
too
too
late
late.
now.
Too late.
Yeah.
as they're all thinking very hard about the history, we still need to know what happened to Caleb.
Mhm.
It's the whole point of us being here. Do you have the body? I unfortunately heard other news, but I'm hoping that that was untrue.
It's gotta be. He's okay.
And he looks back, and Alira, the woman in the kind of ceremonial outfit, she's like talking to a couple of guards, and they all like there's like now like 7 or 8 that kind of come inside and just stand by the door, kind of bar the door, and she walks back in with the vial, and it's now empty. And she looks at it and just tosses it on the floor next to the bartender. Then she walks over to the bartender, just kind of like opens up his like jacket, just kind of looks inside.
One day.
She like grabs his mouth and opens it, just kind of looks inside, like pulls back his like jaw. And she's looking for something. He's like, Goes to the owner, does the same thing.
Can I ask what the decay is?
Do I?
I think it's best you all don't speak right now.
Can I pick up what she's looking for? Being a law enforcement individual myself.
She's definitely looking for markings of identification of a certain membership. So she's checking for typical places where there may be tattoos or markings or belongings that,
Affiliated.
yeah. And she says, looks at the guard sort of with a smug tone. Doesn't seem like it's either of them. And she starts to look at all of you. What do you say we do a quick search of each of you? You wouldn't have anything to hide, correct?
You can search.
She says, who do I start with?
Start with me.
And so she walks over to you, and as she's like starting to like kind of pat you down and kind of do the typical search, she just whispers in your ear. She says, the notorious Fang. And like just pats down your leg, doesn't say anything like audible to anyone else.
What does she say?
And-
Notorious Fang, but we don't hear it.
and just kind of grabs you by each of your wrists and thinks, it's a shame. It's a shame. And she drops your wrists and goes back to the guard. Does not check anyone else in the group, by the way.
Okay.
Says, slip through our fingers once again, I suppose. It's too bad. You all free to go. And she turns around and leaves, and the guard the guard that was there, she just looks back and says, "Clean out the bodies, and see if you can put an ad out for help running this place. I think they were the only 2 owners."
Caitlin.
Oh, his body's been cremated. I'm sorry.
No!
Do we have any confirmation of what this individual looked like to make sure that it is the person that we assume it is? Caleb, the body.
Is there
No. He's Ash.
I wanted to.
You know, like, who might have been responsible for disposing of the body, so to speak, so we can ask that person if he had long hair, short hair.
His identity was confirmed. Yes.
I want to roll it.
She seems very.
I want to insight her.
Okay.
Because I'm like, Volter's like pulling his hair. He's like, what is going on? And she shows up. She's like, he got away. I rolled a 19.
Okay. You understand just from your own hierarchy of how you guys run things over in Noir that she's very evidently the like chief investigator for the city, and she's the one who's been kind of in charge of this particular case with Kaylin. So you get the idea she already knew exactly what she was looking for when she walked in, and there was no new information here that she didn't already know.
I need to know everything
That's it.
she
I'm going
knows.
to go grab
We'll
a
I
bottle of
learned
vodka off the
everything.
wall.
No, she
It's
needs
just
to
like-
know. I need to know.
I'll-
She needs to tell me.
We'll discuss this later.
And Alira
My brother.
walks away. She leaves the building.
Bitch.
Aberdeen.
In this like really deep voice.
Aberdeen's alternate persona.
Aberdeen.
Aberdam.
Funny. Thanks.
Okay.
As she walks away, like, can we have it? I mean, we got to fix the place up, right? We need a place to stay.
And she's like, sure.
We don't need a tavern.
We're
Or
definitely
inn
just
we
fucking
need
got
a
one.
place to stay.
tonight.
Listen,
I want to sleep.
we can give it to a fellow who owns the
Right.
Frisco.
Alright. Let's just go to bed.
Well, we can give it to Erwin. He definitely could use the place, but at the same time, we'd also give it to the shark fella. I can't remember his name right
Why we have to give it away? Why can't we use it?
We could hire some help.
now.
The guard who's like picking up the bodies is like, he's like, listen, we'll get paperwork to you in the morning. Stay here tonight. You guys can take ownership, or we don't care.
I like to go
Just
through
don't
it.
Welcome. I
Just
got
don't
this
run
dead
it.
people bar.
Just don't run it down any more than it already has been.
I just want to go to bed.
we can pay Fins to take care of it. You know what
Right.
I mean? You'll be all right.
You burned the entire door down, right?
Yeah, there's no more door.
Just the
Yeah,
one.
my God.
just the one door.
And a little bit of the
We're
frame,
not
but it's
staying in
fine.
that room anyway.
I'm taking Aberdeen out.
I would
to
hope
another
not.
place.
I want to grab the key ring and go find the biggest room and go lay down.
I
I will deal with.
There's only
I will
4.
deal with all of this in the morning.
I will say the 4 rooms that are available, they're all like the same size. So any one you pick are all fine. Like they're all good.
That's fine.
Hey
But yeah.
guys, Kate.
But yeah, anyone who wants to rest,
Please, God.
the bodies have been taken care of. It's been locked down for the night. You guys have it. There are other patrons sleeping, but they'll figure out what happened.
I'll be taking Aberdeen to a different inn.
Oh my God.
I just can't. Her brother died upstairs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's fair.
Could I escort them?
I got
You
one.
can. Anybody who wants to come to another one can.
Oh,
People were
no.
murdered here tonight.
I don't mind staying here. I'll stay here, but I
We just got this place for free.
I was
We
like,
might
you
as well
murdered
use
him
it.
tonight.
It's a great business opportunity.
That was strictly out of Volter's want to not go anywhere else and deal with anyone else tonight.
I
Go
guess-
take it.
I would say before you leave with her, I'd be like, you down one knee, no, I'm still short. She's not gonna look at me, but I say, Aberdeen, I'm so sorry to hear about the loss of your brother and circumstances of your other brother, and I'd hate to have you lose any more of your relatives, especially with your mother being sick with the loss. Just remember, I'm always here if you need any help. I can do anything for you. I see your emotion. Just remember, I can always help you if you need it. And I'm gonna flip through the pages in my book and just.
And
I'm always here.
I'll pick her up, and that's when she'll go on my shoulder and we'll walk off. If
Put her
you
in the
follow,
child
you
care
follow.
case?
But
I follow you.
Put her in the child care case.
Well, I guess us four get our own rooms tonight.
I didn't just get a room. I got a bar.
Okay.
With all due respect, I'd like Ember to have.
See, I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Not the only
Sounds
one.
like y'all are going
Yeah,
to a different
anybody
area.
who's staying
No, no,
is
I'm saying-
yeah.
Oh, you are.
I was just saying
Are
that
you staying here? Or you going
No,
with them?
I went with him.
Yeah.
you see me just post up
She
on.
can't stay in
You should,
anywhere
You guys should
someone
room together.
You're gonna have a rough time finding a place in this city.
Well, once I sign some paperwork,
died.
you might not be
Knowingly
allowed.
that someone died.
No, I stay in
Can I go
where the
through his
bar
office?
is. I just post up.
I mean, it's
chairs,
fresh.
foot
We
on
should
the
come back in
tables.
like a few weeks
And I
and
just lean
maybe.
back
So
and
you're chilling?
Yeah, you
It's
can,
not
you can kind of
my
see me
brother's
already
blood
nodding
all
off.
over
of
Yeah.
the
my bedroom.
sofa.
Yeah.
Well, it will be cleaned
Yeah.
or burned.
At least-
She could have let the flame take care of that room. She still can.
Purified by fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine it's a witch. Ah, I get it.
I would be
I
shocked
get it.
if Oren doesn't know someone who could clean that room for me. This is my bar now.
So yeah, those who are staying at the Hollow Ember, pretty much everybody but you two, right? Or you three?
Yeah.
Okay. So you all can go to your rooms. You want to rifle through the.
Yeah, I want to run. I
I'm
basically
gonna
want to do
long
a turn
rest.
over the bar, but I want to start in the office because I want to.
Oh, yeah, actually, I want to look in the office with them.
I don't.
You guys
I'm
gotta be-
stomping back down like,
I'm going
actually, I
to
kind of want to look
see.
in there too.
You guys will be unfortunately disappointed to know that there's really nothing of value in this broke ass
That's
guy's
fine.
bar, but there
They
is.
don't know that.
there
What
is-
about gold?
Murdered the-
I was gonna say the only thing that you guys do find in here is about 75 gold pieces.
Sick. I'll get 20 of that.
And then some like documents around like taxation and like how some of the business works, which might come in handy for later.
Bureaucracy.
Yes, you do see something that is not necessary. It's information, so it may have its value, but it's not monetarily valuable.
Okay.
Which is a note from a there's a sack. Not sack. There's a box.
Yeah, there is.
There's a box that is heavy to the touch, and you open it, and it probably has about 2,000 gold in it. But on top is a note that just says, "I'm so sorry," and a note that says, "I'm so sorry," and then it just has 2,000 gold.
Oh.
Do you know the handwriting?
No.
Does it match the other ones that you saw?
No, as
Can
I
I-
scoop
can I-
like 200 gold out.
I'll just put the whole box
Steve.
in the bag of holding.
This is my bar now.
But the
It's
the
not
note.
hard.
Can I, I guess, try and recollect if it matches Kaylin's
It
handwriting?
does not. No. Not even close. Way sloppier. Kaylin had like very like proper like.
Was this box hidden or was it like on a desk?
It was on the desk. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's heavy enough that it's difficult to move.
I'm like, how big is how?
So like a small chest. I mean, it's got
Oh.
2,000 gold pieces in it.
So I can put it in the bag of holding.
Yeah, you can squeeze it in there, sure. Just because I don't want to have to deal with always having to figure out how you're carrying around a chest full of.
I mean, I guess I can always.
You could always dump it.
Yeah, just.
No. No. As you're dumping it in, you're dumping it. No.
But yeah, do you keep the note or do you throw that away?
I'll keep the note too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I would like to take a closer look at the coin with the purple edges on it.
It's clearly not poorly made. So it's
Can we compare real quick to yours?
well, it's like very nice. Like
Yeah.
it's not like something they just like found or like
Oh, is
quickly scribbled. Like it's very
Yeah.
like well done.
It's clearly not.
the eye is a different thing from the coin, right? Or are they the same?
No.
No, they're three of the exact same looking, except
Yeah.
one has the purple coloring in the
And it's not the
iris.
same.
Let me look at that. Does the purple coloring ring any bells?
And it like
Does look
sticks to your forehead and starts to embed.
What? I've become what I've been hunting.
You go turn
I've
yourself
become
in.
what I hated most.
You're like Blade. Okay.
But yeah, is there any magical properties I can glean off of?
Are you doing like?
I'm not
Detect
casting
magic?
identify, but like, am I getting any vibes off of it?
Or are you casting like detect magic or anything? Or are you just looking at it?
I mean,
You can do an arcane check.
Yeah,
I can
I'm,
cast identify
Can I
in the
help with that?
morning.
Sure.
yeah. This is just he and I. in
I'll
the
tell you, this
office
isn't a
right
hard check, so I just want to make sure you guys don't bone it. It's not looking good for the face expressions.
I rolled a 13, so I don't know.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think I'm like right there with you on that.
I don't know where you're on.
It definitely has magical.
So 15 with his.
Definitely has a magical enchantment on it.
Does the purple one or both?
All both.
I was just trying to glean if it's magical.
It is. Yeah.
Okay. Then
Why is this one purple? Not what's not.
Huh. I don't know.
one, if I had to guess, and I'm probably wrong, but if I had to guess, I would say one is probably used to communicate with the others.
Like, what's it called?
It's an
You read the
interesting
book.
guess.
It's ascending something.
I'm just
right?
kidding. I'm asleep.
Sending stones, yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm asleep.
So just to be dumb and to be me, so it goes right here, right?
Don't. Did you do it?
Yeah.
He will be forced to kill you now.
What does it do? He's stuck in
Does
his
it
forehead.
do anything?
When you take your hand off, it stays there.
Oh.
Shit.
Is it
Take it off.
It comes off.
Okay.
Put it back on.
Stays on. Yours stays on too.
Oh my God!
Does it
y'all
do
are
anything?
idiots.
Can I go? Can you hear what I'm thinking?
Do you say that out loud or you just
No,
think it?
just in my head. Can
He
you hear
doesn't.
what I'm
He
thinking?
doesn't hear.
And
Wait. I'm gonna run outside the office. Like,
God, y'all are
what's
such
going on?
children.
And say something.
Y'all thought we were the
But say
children.
like really quiet. This is my bar. Do what I want.
He is so pumped that he has this ball.
This is our.
We gotta name it.
I asked for it. It's my bar.
can you hear me?
Can I hear him?
No.
So if I like shake my head really, really hard, like try and fight, does it fall off, or does it? Is it like?
It does not come off. No. I will say a few moments after you say, "Can you hear me?" You do have a voice respond, but it's not his.
Oh.
He just says, "Who's this?"
I'm gonna open the door. Doesn't fucking work.
Did you not just ask who's this?
What?
Dude, I said, can you hear me? And then I tried shaking my head about, and then I heard, who's this?
What do they sound like?
I don't know. I mean,
Which one did you have?
I grabbed the one that he had.
I have the purple one.
Yeah. So now you have
Stuck
the
in
purple
my
one.
head. Hello?
Who is this?
Is your name Ithriel Mornwell?
You'll soon find out.
Oh.
I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna cut that eye out of your fucking head.
See you soon.
That's good.
who are you talking to?
It's him! It's the
Oh.
one I'm looking for.
Brass eye? Bronze
Yes.
eye, whatever the fuck is. Okay, well, that's not good.
No, it is good. I'm gonna hold on to this.
Do you ever? Never mind. You know,
It's yours.
Now I can talk to him.
Ithriel was the guy we met at the market, right?
He's the third eye person.
He was. So
And I don't
he
feel
knew who
bad
I
about
was
talking to him
when
because he has to know that I'm on his trail.
I know.
He has to know I'm
we
looking for
didn't
him.
attack.
No.
He said, "I'll see you soon."
Yeah.
I mean, he has certain characteristics about him as a character in the game that probably already knows what you're doing before you do it. So
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. There might be a legendary artifact attached to his fucking skull that does that.
maybe.
Why would you make a
So that
character
would tell
like
us
this?
that if that's the eye, Kaylin had the eye. Kaylin was a follower of a person trying to
Yep, he's a
destroy a
warlock.
city.
Yep.
So, alright. Well,
And it was his voice, right? Because I knew him on Noir. Yeah.
He said, "Oh,
What's the bronze one do?
here's the bronze one.
I tried talking with that one on and it didn't do anything. But the
So
purple
then that
one
one's got
does.
an enchantment, but that one doesn't.
I'll trade you.
they both have an enchantment on them. You saw it when you checked.
You can't identify these, can you?
No. I
I
do
knew
elements.
someone who could.
I do elements. So.
Well,
I'm
you
at
know
the
what?
door. But I like shiny things. So
he gonna ask you for help."
Well,
I'm just sitting there playing.
Why
my
don't-
tunes.
we'll see if anyone else can get the enchantment off of this.
why do we
Or
want to
figure
figure
out what it is. No, I don't mean remove it. I mean figure out what it does. I'll go to fucking work. Stop.
Oh, you guys haven't seen me identify anything, have you?
Nope.
They haven't seen me identify anything either,
Little
but
rituals,
I
right?
can.
With that, I
can
will
too.
meditate in here. I don't know.
I'm still trying to
Go
find
eat.
Yeah.
No, we're walking.
Identify as a
I'll meditate for
I'm-
4 hours and then I
We're
will.
teachers.
I'm gonna lay in a bed like that meme of Wolverine with the picture, but it's me in the eye, just like staring at this thing while waiting to fall asleep.
The three of you
Mhm.
easily find another bar.
Kill somebody.
Yeah, you kill all the staff
Poison
there.
another
It's a
owner.
great way to get real estate, apparently.
Kill the other bartenders.
Kill the owners and you get their bar.
We're
I
about to
think
run
they
this
discovered
city.
that a long time ago. It's called like colonizing. You just kill the owners and it's yours now. That's how it works. You challenged them. You won.
Ooh,
There we
Yeah,
go.
that's how it works. It's the law. So you guys find a neighboring bar. Talk to the owner. Hopefully, don't kill him. I don't know. It's up to you, I guess.
This time I'm good.
I can imagine I probably fell asleep on your back while crying.
Oh, it's like a. I mean, I'm talking like it was right next to it, but you could have been very quick,
She exhausted herself with the sobbing.
just like a toddler.
Mm-hmm.
And you go right in. You get a room. Is there anything anyone wants to do tonight before we take a long rest?
No.
Could I,
Please, for the love of God.
What's that?
Two rooms.
2 rooms. Yeah. Sorry. 2 rooms.
could I sing
Slumber
loud?
party.
Could I sing loud enough to like wake them up annoyingly at one point in time in the night?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Sing. Can I sing loud enough using thaumaturgy
He just wants to.
to annoy them at the
You're
one
at a
point in time
different
in the night?
bar.
They're
No, I'm with you guys.
No,
No,
no.
he's with us. He's
Oh.
downstairs.
I'm downstairs.
But there's other patrons.
I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to annoy you.
Me?
And also,
What am I
I wrote a thing. I
Oh,
was-
okay.
Are you just like, are you in your room playing or are you just like out?
No,
in
I'm
the
just
bar?
downstairs at the bar with my feet kicked
He
up
has no room.
in a table, and I'm just.
There
I'm
are
sitting
4
down there.
available rooms, and we all have each of our own.
Yeah.
He's at the bar. He
I'd
just
like to go
goes
sit with
down.
Buddy and just irritate him that I look because of how I look.
Why does no one want to go to bed?
Because of how you look.
He said he doesn't like to do this.
No, I'm
Oh.
kind of annoyed by the fact that he's next to me.
And like if he's
I
sitting
like
at a
this
table,
song.
I would just sit on the table and meditate while he's playing.
Okay. Go for it. So what are you gonna sing?
God, we're a weird group of people.
I play
know.
I play like a little thing, and I make a tinge every once in a while to see if you react like an off key, like
No.
okay. And then I do a song, and this is because I like to do it because I wrote it in regards to manuscript. I do thaumaturgy just to annoy her, and I
A
go.
booming sound vibrates the floorboards.
Well, before that, I go. Would you like to hear a song there, Telly? As you're
By all
meditating.
means.
First off, do I notice at all that does he do a good job of painting his horns?
I made him do a performance check specifically for that. So
I wouldn't have looked
Yes,
into
he
it.
did.
I mean, you can do a percent. I rolled what 30-20 for it. You could do a
Dirty
perception, I guess.
No, I'm not gonna allow it.
No, yeah, I think that's all right.
There would be
I'm not
no
really-
reason for you to think to look.
No,
That's my point. Like you did a
exactly.
good enough. Like you wouldn't think.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I wouldn't.
And then it's
try-
also covered in a bunch of jewelry.
if I saw you in a fight or something.
Trust me. There will be a time where he does the
Yeah.
performance check and he sucks at it. And
Yeah.
we'll be able to
And then
joke.
we'll go
But yeah,
there.
I'm not gonna allow like unless you're investigating it. Like if you had a reason to think, but just for the meta of the game, like you would have no reason to think that.
But I just do this because I go, well, I write tunes all the time. If you don't mind me, I just made a good deal, I think, today. And I was going to write a song. I think it came to me naturally. I go, I met a gnome at the club with people all around. Well, I pegged for a winner, but the world had kept down. He said that he felt useless with all that he had made. I said, listen, Eustace, could improve your trade. We shook hands and saw fit to set him on his path, to create his masterpieces and his foes feel his wrath. Well, that little man had big plans for him and all his sons, and I'll cheer that Thatcher name when their time up and comes. For sure he'll remember, at the end of all his days, that Goody made his wish come true, every word that he did say. So in time, if you come find me, let's strike a deal someday to make all your dreams come true and send you on your way. And I'll play
That
that.
final like wave like shakes the whole building, and you hear what the fuck?
You hear, oh brother, this guy stinks.
And then I just I do a lullaby with thaumaturgy. Just
You
to
do
make
hear
it
you do
happen.
hear someone screaming. Wait, is he talking about Thatchers and Sons? I love that guy.
Fucking God.
So you make deals, goody.
Yeah, you could say something like that. Yeah. Is there something that you want in this world more than anything?
I'm scared of all these deals.
Huh?
Not really.
No,
I
not a
like
thing.
shiny things. I get shiny things. I have
What?
fun.
I can give you all the shiny things you imagine.
Oh, it's not fun if you just get them.
I'm not saying I'm just gonna.
But
give
what
them
do you
to
make the deal good? What do you get out of it?
The joy of helping those that otherwise never felt deserving.
That'll make you a good person. Get a good one.
I like to think so. Is there anything you want to tell him?
I mean,
Is there anything you desire in this world more than anything else in all the land, whether it be gold and riches or love of another, or maybe even just peace of mind?
well, there's many things to want. If I don't get them myself, it's not worth it.
Hey, I respect that, but just know, I make deals. If you ever need anything, you come call.
That's fair. I will remember that.
Please do.
What's the price to pay?
That ain't for me to decide. It's between you and
So then are you
Journals in
really
my
doing the
papers.
helping? You don't set the price, isn't that how I might be wrong? I lived in a cave. I'm not really sure how seller buyers work.
Well,
If you don't
right
set
to
the
the cave.
price,
I'm sitting there and I'm passively strumming like chords here and there, and I go, "What does it matter the price when those who are so desperate?"
well, the price matters everything. If I give you my right arm, I can't control certain elements. So therefore, that price might not be worth it. But for some, it might be.
Well,
But if you don't set the price, then who are you actually dealing with?
let's just say I only do it those who are willing to do anything.
You're desperate.
That's all you need to help is a desperate.
That's fair.
Why would I help you if you are so steadfast in doing it yourself? You have the power and the means to do so, and I applaud you for it.
It's always a fun journey.
Journey's what you make it, friend.
Can you make a deal yourself? Like if you looked in the mirror, could you deal with yourself?
I've made enough deals to know that where I'm at is exactly where I need to be.
But is it where you want to be? Because I can tell you, chasing brass eyes, not really where I'd want to be, but I want to help my friends.
Where do you want to be?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Mhm.
Where's everywhere for you?
With the wind and the fire and the earth with Terran.
You want to be able to control the elements like all the, what is it, Varen they call of this world?
Is that what they're called, the Terran? Oh, I thought it was the Bar.
It's Varen.
Same thing.
Oh,
Just
I
pronunciation.
thought you said
I just,
Oh, okay.
Varen. I just pronounce it a little bit.
He's southern.
He's southern.
He's a
I don't-
bairn.
I don't want to be one with them, but maybe one day be equal. Well, then again, if I don't get there step by step, if I don't grasp the strands of power with my own hands, it's not worth it.
I take out my journal, open up, and I rip a nice page out of it, and I go, I think about it and I go, this is for you. You ever feel you need a moment where you want to become one, fired up? Would that destroy the page?
No.
Whoa, that's impressive.
It is.
That's
Because
the first time I've seen that.
you can hand it back if you don't want it, but at the same time, okay. I take it back and you see it actually reseals itself perfectly in the journal.
Ooh.
And I put it back, journal back, and I go, you know what? Maybe it's not your time. You're not quite.
If it's my
Des-
time to go, it's my time to go.
That's not what I said. I said you just ain't quite to the point of desperation quite enough for that to matter. And I didn't pay you for it, by the way. Something tells me you're more headstrong than those that I help.
I would like to think that I have a strong head, but it is a part of training to take my own steps. But there are people who need help. There are people who are desperate and could use a light in their life. Like Aberdeen, she just lost her brother. But if someone's time is someone's time, as my master has taught me, fate happens. If we go against it, worse things happen. So, your book, if it goes against fate, it's not a good thing.
My boat doesn't go against fate, it just helps those seize it.
Fate has its own
That
design.
was beautiful.
Well, then it's not for you, Telly.
That's very true.
Who knows what it is, you horned little bastards.
But you have more horns than me. Not more than my master, but his don't look like yours.
I say,
His aren't so smoky.
what master is this, if I may ask?
Oh, his name is Zed, Master Zed.
Do I recognize that name?
He's got horns like a, what do you call them over here? Deer. It's branch out and shit. You get caught in all kinds of things.
Sounds like somebody you should probably hold true to.
Oh, no, he'll beat my ass when he sees me next. So,
But I wouldn't worry about what's in this book. It doesn't seem like you're willing to ride in it.
well, you have to ride in it. As in you ride in it.
I do not ride in it.
Could you?
It's not for me to do so. I'm merely the book's keeper, and those that wish to make their dreams come true have to put their own truths in it. I just merely facilitate the deal.
Is it a truth if someone puts it in and then the book makes it a truth? Is it a truth when it goes in? Or is it a lie when it goes in and I feel like
I just giggle and it's not for me to know.
so fate to know. Then the book changes fate. Then fate doesn't know. I'm confused.
Sounds like you are, so maybe the best steps for you is to go upstairs and maybe get some nice
I'm
rest.
wonderful right here. This is an interesting conversation. Usually my conversations with my siblings involve punches and goes on, it's fun.
I aim to throw no punches at you.
But verbal punches are fun.
Say again.
I said verbal punches are fun.
Well, there's a certain amount of verbal sparring we could do. It's just I may not be at my full capacity at the moment, given the full day's adventure that we had.
Oh, that is true. It has been a very tiring day.
That's right.
By all means, go get a room. Here's the keys.
I think I'm good right here. And if you see fit to stay with me, well, then just know I'll write tunes out until the middle of the night.
That's
Very
fine.
long into the morning. All right.
And so a long night of tuning, and songwriting, and performing. Anyone else want to do anything before we go to bed? I figured.
Yeah, I do my ritual too.
There.
What does that look like?
It's a lot. I see it as like she's. I'm trying to describe like what I can't.
Good.
No, I'm trying to think of like a scene in my head. She has her staff, and she does a lot of like, just movements. Oops, sorry.
Okay.
Like a lot of like movements and like I want to say taekwondo, but you know.
Tai Chi.
Yeah, like tai chi.
Mhm.
Just very flowy movements.
Yeah, just like flowy movements, just throughout the
Like a
night.
flickering flame.
There you go, like a flickering flame.
But like, what does it do? Like you do the movements, but like, what is the goal? Like, what are you trying to accomplish by doing this ritual?
Oh, she does it because she feels like if she doesn't do it, then he will see her as like being that. She wants to be in his favor. She wants to be good.
Gotcha.
So she does it every night to make sure that he sees her, or she thinks that he does, to know that hey, I'm with you. I'm here. Yes.
Okay. And then you go to sleep.
And then I go to sleep.
What are you doing?
So we'll go to
We know you're not asleep.
Aberdeen's room, and I'll put her in the bed and I'll tuck her in, let her sleep. And
Aw.
as she's
Probably
sleeping,
still crying in my sleep.
probably over her,
Whimpering in the corner.
say, Aberdeen, I'm sorry for what happened to Kaylin. It's a tragedy I know you didn't want to find. As we learned, his death was brutal. It was unnecessary. I don't know why he had to die. I don't know how to get you through this. All I know is I'll protect you the whole way. You won't leave this sad. Your happiness is my only goal. And at that, I'll go meditate more downstairs.
So now it's a party. Oh no, you're at a different bar.
I was literally thinking the same thing.
Okay. So, the next day, you all wake up refreshed.
Well rested
Thank
up.
God.
Long rest.
Long
Finally.
West.
Dude, that was out of sound, guys. This was not a lot.
I was tapped.
Yeah, what a day.
What a day.
It's crazy how that happened.
Goody, I really loved bonding with you. That was great. That was wonderful.
Yeah, that was certainly a time wasted.
Damn.
So,
No, I mean, it was a delight.
So, what are you guys planning to do today?
I want to ask.
We need to go to the gardens. Or I do.
And I want to ask someone to identify the eye with the purple edges around it.
Okay.
I guess we make our way there first.
Yeah, I assume you guys went back in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, probably before everybody else wakes up, I'd grab Aberdeen. We'd go to the edge of the city, do a little goodbye to Kaylin,
Not Cowan.
whatever.
Legally distinct from.
Yeah.
It's oddly similar though. It's really close.
Yeah.
Two.
Oh, you want to do two?
So yeah, you guys go and do that like early, like at sunrise.
Yeah, I'd probably wake her up and say, let's go. We have to say goodbye. And then we'll just go to the edge of the city, sit on it, and then just talk
Sit
about
on it.
Kaylin for a little bit.
You talk about Kaylin, I just cry some more.
Whatever it takes.
What do you say?
I didn't know Kaylin more than whenever he was a kid, Aberdeen, but he was good. I remember he always helped out around the orphanage, helped the other kids, and I remember he was proficient in his learnings and his teachings. I know a lot of this doesn't matter to you now after what we've learned, but I like to think that he's moved on. He's happier where he is now. He doesn't have to worry about the stresses of the world around him. And we still have to find your last brother. I know this is not news you want to hear, but I won't give up until we found them all for you. If you want to take a moment, let's just sit in silence and think about Kaylin. We have plenty of time before we have to meet up with the others. Just give me a tug when you're ready. Good luck. Well, she does. She pulls my sleeve this whole fucking time.
Okay, Thrice.
Now we know why they're so close.
Yeah, she'll probably just sit there in silence for a while, listening to the wind and deep in her thoughts and obviously sniffling. But yeah, no, and then eventually after probably a solid hour of just silence. We'll grab you and just say,
I'm gonna find out what happened and why my brother did this.
I have a feeling we're all gonna find out. And I'll stand up, pick her up, and we'll start walking back to the others. Probably grab you on the way.
You just gonna leave me there far. I better in.
no, we'll grab you. Well, he'll grab you.
She'll give you a hug. and
So
say,
yeah, you guys go to the other
She
bar.
actually accepts your hug.
Ooh. You guys go to the other bar where they're all already awake and chipper and happy, and everyone loves each other over there. There's no
Yeah,
bad
gross.
blood.
None.
How dare y'all be happy?
On
On one of the saddest days of my life.
I'm like, thank goodness, some people I can actually enjoy being around.
Oh yeah, all of your friends left.
I did my best to try to piss him off in the night, but
Didn't work.
Telly wanted to be chit chatter McGee over here.
God, he pissed me off last night.
I feel like I really got under the skin last night. It's great.
Yeah.
Did you have something you wanted to identify? Fuck.
Oh yeah. I need to know how to figure out what specific magical properties something has.
Why do they have that?
Probably found it in the office or something. I don't know. They were here all night.
Can you?
Why is this your brother's handwriting? I'll take out the note that says I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
Oh, I can.
Give me about 10 minutes. I can find anything you want.
Well, you asked her,
Oh, I would have asked thrice. I would have tried to ask her, which would have gone thrice, and then therefore.
but did you show it to everybody?
No, just them.
Okay.
I mean, like, I guess I took it out and
Yeah.
Okay.
You can make a history check
Me?
or just perception, just general perception.
Oh. Well, it starts at an 18.
It's intelligence based, whatever your intelligence is.
You also
23.
I was like, I think you still have inspiration,
Yeah, you do still have inspiration.
but you don't need it. Yeah, you recognize the handwriting.
Who's handwriting?
It's your buddies.
His?
Oh,
I knew it.
your besties. Wow. What a dick. What is she gonna do?
Where did he find that?
I don't know.
I'm saying this out loud.
Oh, the office.
Oh, in the office, apparently.
I'll put it away. Hello.
Yeah. We don't know. She's,
Yeah.
this is her. This is her
No, I
normal.
know. I wasn't even there.
Like, all right, cool. Yeah, I can identify this for you.
Yeah.
What does that do?
Give me 10 minutes. I can identify anything else you want.
She's
As well.
staring at
Ooh.
you.
Ooh, she's staring.
At him.
Can you even
Oh,
see
yeah.
her eyes, or does it just look really creepy?
No, she's like this.
Just a puffball.
She lifts her throw up.
Yeah, she goes.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, he can tell. It's
Yeah.
staring. Y'all might not be able to.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna cast Identify on this little queen thing.
With the purple edges.
The
Okay.
purple
I
edges.
was like, what the fuck else did you find?
Okay.
Okay.
What
It
is it?
is a magical artifact.
Wow.
And
Let's see. I learn its properties, how to use it, whether it requires attunement, how many charges it has.
It does not require attunement.
Alright, no attunement.
It does not have charges.
It does not have charges.
And it seems to be some sort of communication device.
It's a communication device, and it's a magical artifact. That's it.
It's essentially like a linked like stone of sending, but it's
Only to one person.
yeah. Well, most of them are. They're linked to one, but you seem to have the other one that is linked to
Some bird. Some
Ether.
person.
Alright. That's what it is.
I was right.
But to be
And
fair,
when
the
he
other one's
takes
the same
it,
thing.
Yeah.
It's just not.
I also don't think he's in the corner. I was right.
when he takes it back, he accidentally brushes my hand a little bit, and I blush.
Aw.
That's it.
Little shock over the body.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Um,
Got a little Z.
Yeah. While you're identifying a lean
Zing.
little.
Yeah.
I know.
This presence of your shoulder.
but yeah, the purple one. That's what the purple one is. Are you identifying the other one as well?
I can if you want. I take it and put it down. I take open the book and I put it and I sing a little song about tell me old books about this item I hold. Give me all the information. Put it in your folds. And after 10 minutes, ritual, I flip it open and I can read what's on the inside of the book. That's what it says.
Yeah, it's same thing. It's just it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Just not linked to the same.
Sounds like the same thing as hers, just probably a different individual on the other side of that.
Alright. So we know that
How does it work?
How does it work? I will repeat out loud.
There were
Louder.
3, right?
There were.
That's probably linked to the other one.
in Aberdeen here, man.
Not currently.
I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna.
Can you hear me?
I need both of you to make Constitution saving
shit.
throws.
God.
Oh.
That's what y'all get.
Uh-oh.
14.
Real low.
I don't imagine she has a lot of con.
11.
Both of you feel your. Sorry. Let me back this up. Not a Constitution save, a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
You can
shit.
use the same roll if you want, but
I mean, I roll. I could.
That's a 15.
15,
I'm much more wise.
Damn it. I was lower.
Yeah.
12.
12.
I'm more-
You both feel your brain
Roll
tense
again.
and pulsate rapidly in your head. It almost feels like it's trying to turn. It's like your brain is trying to like twist out of its skull. Like everyone else is seeing this and they're like unnaturally shaking their head, just like shaking their head. It does not come off.
Oh, fuck.
It's the eye on for both of you is illuminated bright purple right now. Both of you hear in your head a voice of Ethereal.
Ethereal.
Ethereal. Fucking assholes.
That was close enough. That was close
It's
enough.
like Israel with a lisp.
Ethereal.
Israel.
Yeah.
That's gonna help.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
You know what? You know what sucks? That's gonna help. Ethereal. So Ethereal.
It does help.
God damn it! I'm
actually.
gonna do his voice with a lisp now. Holy shit!
Ethereal.
Oh, God. How do I not do? How do I not?
Yeah,
do
that
this?
nerd would have a list.
It's Israel.
I'm gonna beat that nerd up.
I need you to describe Ethereal now.
He. Oh, you don't see him.
Or what he's saying.
Yeah. He in both of your heads simultaneously, and sort of like a high reverb, like echoey voice. You hear him say, "Welcome. 2 new souls for me. Brave to wear my symbol. Take it off. Neither of you are worthy."
Thank God.
You take it off.
Oh.
Both of you.
Oh no.
Y'all are gonna tell us
How
that
about
this
some-
happened, right?
How about some damage?
I mean, what if we just die right now? Is that like.
Well, yeah, maybe.
I don't like that face.
15.
Oh. I thought it was
Uh,
15.
I was about to say 15,
Sorry,
yeah.
second
Uh,
syllable.
Oh, I would have died.
It just
If it was
outright
15.
kills both.
15. Oh my god. Like intellect damage. What the fuck is that?
Psychic.
Psychic
Psychic
damage.
damage.
Jesus Christ, dude. I was like racking my brain. You take 15
Well, that would
psychic
be
damage.
Jesus Christ, be radiant.
You take 15 psychic damage. And you guys all watch as they wince and hurt, and you look over and you see that Thrice also winces and hurts a
I
little
have a
bit
headache.
as
Oh
well.
God, it's so early.
But you guys are able to take it off, and it's no longer illuminating.
It's what?
It's no longer illuminated. It's just the normal brass again,
Let's not do that.
or
again.
bronze.
Someone
These are
tells me
bronze.
you shouldn't be fucking around
Yeah.
with all those things.
I don't know who it goes to, but
What?
it doesn't.
Yeah, that was not a good idea.
What did you experience?
Did y'all communicate with each
He
other?
is taking souls
Who?
through that, I would imagine, based on his verbatim.
Who's he?
Who's he?
Brass Eye, I would imagine. Sounded like the
Oh,
one who
you're
said who's
Brass
this
Eye.
last night. So, he said, "Welcome. 2 new souls for me." And he said, "Take it off, you're not worthy."
Oof.
When I
That's
put
a
this
relief.
on, I
Yes.
spoke to him. When I put this on, I spoke to him last night directly.
That's not the first thing that you told us this morning?
No.
Y'all went to bed.
What I want to know
This
is why
morning.
your head was shaking just like theirs was a
Oh,
moment
I
ago.
got a headache. It was such a long night.
I don't believe you.
Well,
And I don't have to roll
Insight check.
insight to not fucking believe you.
Mhm.
I had a headache. I don't know what
Well,
you want
y'all's
from
are
me.
like what, bronze eyes, and his is purple.
so no, his is the same except it has purple edges.
Okay.
What?
Like the eye, like the iris of the eye is purple.
I could like wipe my nose and was like, "Oh, that fucking hurt, didn't it?"
I'm
Shit.
sorry you have a headache.
Ah, it's fine.
He doesn't have a headache.
I have a headache. It hurts right now. Ouch.
Don't fault the man. He's been very
is-
busy.
I'm sure yes, he has,
Well.
hasn't he?
What's got their secrets?
Keep your secrets then.
No secret here. My head hurts.
That was Cody the player, not
Oh,
Vulture. Vulture's like, if I find out you're in league with this motherfucker.
nothing to do with him.
No,
But yeah,
he was
that,
really
that
good
hurt.
at
I'm sorry,
everything.
Aberdeen, for making you do that. Well, I didn't make you do that. I apologize.
I know. feels so good.
Well,
I'm gonna cure wounds.
Yeah, that's
That'll work. Or
So
healing
he's
word.
collecting souls for whatever reason.
Of course he is.
But he also said his symbol, which didn't you say was an artifact that he implanted in his head? It's not really his symbol,
Not
isn't it?
his symbol.
3, 4, 5, 6.
is that what he
Oh,
9,
said?
10, 11,
Yeah.
12, 13.
He said it was
I'll
his
Now
seal
he's
symbol.
myself
co-opted.
before
Someone
you
who
do
works on
healing
somebody
word.
else's
Okay.
power is just annoying.
So he's deliberately trying to ruin the image of the council.
I'm sorry. Right when he said that, I looked at you.
With
The
all
player
fairness,
looked at you.
with all fairness, I'm not listening to that.
You've listened to him for 8 hours now.
Yeah, I've had enough words with him. He bores the piss out of me.
It's very
It's just a
intellectual
giant
conversation.
circle jerk of logic. I'm tired of talking.
So, what are y'all doing?
Do we have any idea where a third brother is to us?
Idea. Nice.
Aberdeen, do you remember anything about where
Roger.
Yes is?
I don't remember. What's the last
We also need to go to the
correspondence
Star
I've had?
Drones.
Wait, I couldn't hear you because they were facing away. What did you say?
Where's
Third
what's
brother.
the last correspondence I have with Roderick, which is the third brother, the human?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. Hold on.
I mean, I know they're eager and keen to see some sort of star thing, star gardens or whatever.
I'm happy to go on my own if you want to figure out something else, and I can keep up with you later. But
I think a garden trip would be good for Aberdeen. She needs to get her mind off of everything.
Are we planning
I don't
on
think
killing
I
anybody while we're
trust
there?
you to be alone. You know, even in a group.
I'll trust you to be alone.
People are a
even in a
little
group.
that's fair. There's
dangerous.
been a little bit of chaos.
It's crazy coming from the group that literally murdered a bunch of pirates.
Why don't the
Defending
others?
ourselves from fire.
Yes.
And we walked in on
That
you
was defense.
murdering a barkeep.
Defending myself from a party.
Well, then we're all in
okay.
defense.
He also didn't have to jump 1,000 feet down.
I hate that I'm doing this, but that barkeep did poison the previous owner of
It's
this.
entirely true.
According to him,
I saw it with
According
my
to the
own
Bible.
eyes. Now, I'm getting some vibes today, but
The day just started.
he did potentially save all of our lives.
With all due respect,
Cody.
with all due
Needs no
and
respect.
I saved his life yesterday,
with
so
all due respect, my
That's
friend,
true.
I believe we were cleared from the guards of any wrongdoing, especially on his
Okay.
behalf.
It's a little odd.
You were the only one checked.
I was the only one taught. I had murdered someone. It makes sense why I was checked.
we
I
know.
also volunteered to be checked.
You were accused of murder.
No, we
someone.
saw
I
him
killed the
murder.
bartender. I killed. He
That-
attacked me,
that
and
was-
I killed him.
That was self-defense.
Are
Sure.
you
Oh,
okay?
bartender?
It must have
Versus
been
a
really hard. to
Devilish
kill
handsome
someone.
rogue.
Oh my god.
I'll be okay.
You already forget about the I'm sorry. No. Holding it in her back pocket for later.
Aberdeen, sometimes we have to just steel ourselves to things that happen. Like you with nothing.
Is there anything else we need to be sorry about?
Yeah.
Just had to hold on, man.
Aberdeen, I told you I'm sorry for what happened to your brother. It's tragic, and we'll find out what happened to your third one. We'll get him back safely.
Have you been here before?
All the time. Most of my business is in the city.
Why have you been here? Are you familiar
My
with the
parents are
marquee?
noble advisors. I have to work in their line. I come to the city all the time.
No, I meant this inn.
No, I've never been here, per se. I mean, around maybe, but
Did you know the barkeep?
I know this is going to be absolutely useless.
maybe if he did any dealings up here in any of the business, I mean, he probably had liquor sales from the Skyreach, which Skyreach around.
Or
Put some
the-
respect on that. Man.
Or maybe the owner? Did you know the owner?
Oh.
It's been really hard for him to die.
What?
In front of you.
Well, I mean, he died.
In front of you. That must have been really scary.
He
Aberdeen,
died.
people die all the time. I know that you've been down in the orphanage, and it doesn't happen a lot down there, but up here, as you've seen, it happens every day. Tragedy around every corner.
It happens like everywhere we go.
Everywhere I step foot in,
It's wild.
someone
New
dies.
friends. 14 people died yesterday.
Yeah, armed combatants. And
That
two
were
unarmed
attacking
combatants
us.
died here.
I think we
And you didn't
fighting
die
them.
because of us.
Uh,
Welcome.
someone threw a shield at my head.
I threw it at the person you were walking by. Not at you.
Did you know the owner? Or have been in this inn? You said you've never been to this inn before.
No, I mean, in passing, I could have stopped for a drink. Nothing. No.
Okay, I'm gonna do an insight check on this. Considering my passive is 17.
Wait,
You can roll deception if you'd like.
Wait, what are you
Do
doing?
you want to do it?
She's in such
Well, I have a
Insight
passive
check.
insight of 17.
Why don't you just roll your insight, and then it'll determine what he has to roll. Like he can make a roll and decide
Oh, well,
whether
that
it's
didn't happen.
okay.
That's a nat one.
Well, your passive still counts. You can decide whether whatever you roll, it's either persuasion or deception, depending on what that roll is.
Let's see what my bonus is.
Bonus.
Hopefully
Fucked
it's-
up would it be if you had blessed him and he uses your bless?
Thankfully, I haven't blessed him. That's a 6, so I don't know if you have a
Yeah,
plus
at
10.
some point in time, but listen, you can't get orphans without some tragedy.
Are you blessing yourself?
So that makes it a 19.
Worry about people dying.
What did you do?
I used my psionic roll, which any failed save, I get to add a d6 to. So.
A save or a check?
Yeah, that's not a save.
Oh, okay. Well,
Is it? Wait, it's not a save, right?
It's
I'm not
not.
crazy, right?
It's an ability check.
It's a
Yeah, if it's an
Check.
ability check, then
I mean,
you can still use it. But if it's only for saves,
hold up.
come on, we
Let's
want the
read
drama.
it like our
I
book.
want,
drama.
I want
I
someone
want 19
to
for
have
insight.
repercussions.
Yeah, I want Aberdeen to call him out.
I, as a player, will be thrilled either way.
Yeah.
TNT. We know drama.
I'm technically on TLC.
Her initials are TLC.
Oh, well, there you
We do home
Shades
improvement.
are
go. I
DSM.
didn't know.
Right
your-
now, I'll work on the.
I didn't know your middle name, so I
It's just a
DSM.
whole host of shit.
well, no, what is your middle name?
Mine are CTF, capture the
Julie.
Nice.
It's like the most common L middle name.
I'm
Arb.
just gonna go with
My
me.
mom was Sass, and then when she got married, she became Sag.
Sag.
From sass to sag.
That's
That's
sad.
kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
When I fail an ability check using a skill or tool I'm proficient in, which deception is my
Yeah.
Well, you didn't have to say which one. You could have just said.
You should say.
It's okay. I mean, role play.
I was
We're
trying.
also gonna-
I was trying to rule
I
for
mean,
you.
Tristan already knew you were just trying to
I
decide.
got what I asked for.
Okay.
Which was lied to.
Okay, whatever. He is good at this.
That's his
Perception
job.
is technically also, or not perception.
Yes,
Persuasion is
it's
also,
lie.
but it was deceitful.
We
Okay.
got two really good liars at this table.
So your passive is great,
Still
but it's
not-
yeah, he's.
Yeah, he's still. That's why you've been fooling me my whole life.
Oh damn!
She's very insightful,
Shit.
except when it comes to me.
He's been fooling me my
He
whole
does give you
life.
the benefit of the doubt. Yeah.
Yikes!
Good, technically.
Technically right.
I
She's
just
booked
care
to kill
so much
Brass
about
guy.
you. I want to make sure you're
Oh.
okay.
Of course, Aberdeen, and I care
If
about
there's
you.
anything you need to tell me, you know I'm always here for you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Let's go to the gardens, take your mind off of what's happened here today.
You're right.
Well, 4 days ago.
I feel
Now 5.
No.
Still very fresh for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
okay. You're right. I'm probably just so confused right now.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, so it wasn't his handwriting.
You don't know that. No, that.
Oh, I thought you did say that out loud.
No.
Oh, where'd you get that? That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then she coyly asked, "Is there anything else you're sorry about?" But she didn't reference the letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
That was good. That was so.
We have to really toe the line of like what's meta and what's in.
Yeah.
There's so much that like as players you guys want to say right now, but you're holding yourself back, and I'm very proud of you all.
It makes me want to vomit every time Walter defends these guys. But they did save the night last
yeah,
night.
yeah, heroes.
Also, your pull back was bought by me, technically.
I can still be curious about you.
Hey,
I thanked you for the bath.
I became the owner of a new bar out of it, so
I've been nothing but kind to y'all. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
that's true.
but kind. I
It's-
mean,
it's
have been
not that I
generous. You
don't
called us.
trust
You've
you.
been very generous
Well-
for sure.
Let's go to the suburb.
Yes.
I
Yes.
promise to make it quick, but it needs to happen.
So as you guys are like
Alright,
getting ready to
stuff.
leave, one of the guards stop by and he sees you all still here, and he's got like a pamphlet of paperwork, and he's like, "Son of a bitch, you're here." He's like, "Fill this out, change the name of the end that it needs to happen with the rebrand." pay the fee. You got yourself a bar. It's all disclosed in the documents, and he hands it over. It's like just turn this into. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'll be back tonight if you can have that filled out.
All right.
Sign my name on that real quick.
Oh, we didn't read it. You just signed it. Hell yeah, dude.
It's the name of the inn.
The telly's in.
Oh, the Tellison. But yeah, he hands you it's like 4 pages. It's not very long, but he just hands it to you, and it's like all the basic stuff. Like you'll pay this amount in revenue of taxes. You'll pay this amount per year for like ownership fees of the location. You're responsible for all upkeep, maintenance, blah blah blah.
Don't care.
But you do need to.
Oh no, Walter is reading this to the letter.
Yeah, you have to rename it and claim ownership. And you see that the lines to like claim ownership, there's like 10 lines there, so like you can split it amongst everybody, but you don't have to.
Does anybody want to go in on a bar with me?
I know we just met. I have a great opportunity for you.
Guys, I have a wonderful money making
Well, if
opportunity.
you don't report that you bought alcohol, you can sell it without counting it as revenue.
But he gives you that, and
Advisors.
you can do with it what you will. But he's like, I'll be back tonight.
Can you ask
I'll see
him
you.
for all the records of my brother's death? All the information associated?
I'm saying this very loud.
Yes, as a business owner.
I'm gonna just like listen and then look at him like, you heard it.
No.
Okay.
Why not?
Oh, I must have missed the paperwork where you enlisted in the city guard.
Yeah, well,
What does that mean?
It means you're a fucking civilian. I don't have to share anything with you.
Oh,
I mean, respectfully, I think he just
that
told you to
was
piss off.
mean.
And he like stumbles out mumbling, fucking demanding something of me. And he pushes through the door. I'm pissed off. Like it's like he walked out of his way to come give you this stupid paperwork that he didn't want to do, and then you're here, so he had to do it.
He's
And
like,
now he has to come back tonight, and then like she asked that, he's just like, this morning fucking sucks.
As he's walking up there, my taxes pay your salary.
You work for me, Dan.
You work for me.
As of tonight, I can say this. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's so good.
Insufferable.
All right, we're gonna wrap up that session here before you guys go to the Star Gardens.
We
And
got a
do whatever else.
bar.
You got a bar. The rest of the season. The
It's
rest of this,
It's already
rest of
sunny
this-
in Skyreach.
yeah, the rest of this like campaign is just gonna be like, oh my god, you just took the joke. I was gonna say it's like always sunny in Skyreach. Okay, never mind. Fuck, dude. Dude, that was the entire punchline, and I fucked it by saying season. All right.
I was right there with you.
All right. Good fucking job.
Yay.
All right. We'll see you in 2 weeks, you fucks.